Yo, 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 what's up? Joined by the captain himself. Tony will
Hey,
be on here just a little bit later. Just going to have a little hangout here, man. Watch and enjoy the first round of the draft tonight. See how many fantasy relevant players get taken. There should
yep,
be
yep.
at least a handful between all of the defense and offensive linemen. So,
Yep.
dude, I'm telling you, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, and like I'm a Houston fan. Like all day long, my phone's just been blowing up. Oh, so and so is the new favorite to go to, and an hour later, oh, so and so is the new favorite to go to. I'm like, goodness gracious, the amount of times it's gone between Levis and Will Anderson, and now C.J. Stroud. I just can't keep track of it all. I'm just so tired of all these people writing
I've
all these
seen,
articles. They don't know.
I was gonna say I've seen several mocks, even like the last couple of days, where they end up taking I forget which defender, some defender, and then either a quarterback falls to them at 12 or they trade back up for a quarterback. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, well, I could see that, but I think they'd be ignorant not to just go ahead and take one at two, honestly.
And I think they have to because it sounds like if they're this unsure about the class, I think you just got to get the best you can, and this might be your best opportunity to get one in the next few years. So
Yeah, I agree with that. And it sounds like there's so many other teams looking at quarterback and trading up and stuff. Like, I wouldn't take that chance. Just get your guy.
and I don't
But
know if them putting out the idea that they wouldn't take one at two was a way to see if they could inspire some maybe early trades for someone. Just to see if it would force their hand to take one with two or not, because I've even heard of them shopping the 12th again. But I mean, taking Stroud with Jackson Smith and Jigba is totally a stack that could happen in one draft, which could be pretty cool.
so I'm guessing Stroud is your preferred choice as a Houston fan then.
I think so. He's probably the next best guy to Bryce Young. He's talented, he's smart. Like Richardson is definitely flashy and very attractive, but obviously we've seen with that style of running back or quarterback, that running back style of quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can take a toll on the body, and it may not be durable for very long. Like I know they can say, "Oh, Lamar Jackson's been great." I'm like, yes, he's been MVPs. He's also been borderline irrelevant a couple of years ago, like where he didn't do much to help his team, and so it's kind of a weird balance with that type of quarterback. And I think you need the
Yeah.
right group together. But after all they've paid to bring in Dalton Schultz, and then we lost Cooks, but brought in Robert Woods. For some veteran presence, Damian Pierce, even Singletary as a secondary back. They've been investing in the offense, so it definitely seems like if they have to take quarterback with one of these two first picks, obviously. And I
Yeah.
think it should be two.
I think it should be two. And I think it
Mhm.
should be Stroud as well.
Yeah,
I know they've had these other guys picking up a lot of steam lately, but
yeah,
Stroud's still number two.
yeah, yeah,
I just heard all the,
and
the booing for the commish.
yeah,
That never gets
because
old.
how because everyone's saying like Bryce Young is small, but like how small is Bryce Young? Is he 5'9"?
I'm not sure. He's not as small as Kyler Murray, I don't think.
No, definitely. No one's as small as Kyler Murray.
So anything over that's going to be fine, I think.
Trying to just look it up here. Where's this combine thing? Here we go. He's 5'10", so he's like 5'10", 204. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I don't even know what people are talking about saying he can't see over the line. He's 5'10". He's completely fine. It's not
What's up,
ridiculous.
Albert?
Albert, about
Especially
time.
especially if with a decent line, it's plenty fine.
Oh
I know
yeah.
Baker's smaller, but he struggled behind some horrible offensive lines.
Well, even
Short
people
with a
said
terrible
like,
offensive line doesn't mix well. But
well, and it's in like Bama had a good offensive line, but also they're not a small group by any means. Like Bama will have some big boys up there, and he like
yeah,
people were saying had some of the best completion percentage over the center of the field. So I mean, it's obviously not hindering him, and so I think for 5'10" to call him small is kind of ridiculous. Like
yeah,
5'10" is really not much more. So
he'll be fine.
um,
I think
I
he'll be
think so
fine in
too.
the NFL.
Yeah, because I mean, like, shoot, like Peyton Manning's like 4 inches of forehead. So I mean, like, goodness, that's an interesting
No.
5.2 right there, right? So
To me, Peyton Manning's the GOAT, but he does have a large forehead, and I always
mine
cracked
too.
up because he always wore
Yeah.
his helmet so tight. He always had like that triangle on his forehead, that red triangle where his helmet
Yep.
rubbed. He used to crack me up.
Squishing his head.
I'm like,
Well, I've
dude,
seen
like
those
I
memes too,
understand.
where like they
It's like
show
I
him when he's
understand.
young and he's got like a normal forehead, and like it's like years of plays storing, and it's just like he's just like growing vertically. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's like I understand you want to be safe, but you can loosen it just a little. Yeah, Corey went with some friends to the draft,
Nice.
so he's up
Because
there in
how far of
KC
a commute is that for you boys?
to Kansas City. It's about a 5-hour drive from
And
here.
there it is. First pick.
Oh, I must be behind on my stream.
Yep.
I got Kelsey talking still.
Bryce Young.
Oh yeah, I just
Oh,
got the
I got
alert
to mute
on.
myself. Someone's calling. It's
I
probably
got the alert on
nothing,
my
but
phone, but I got Draft Tracker pulled up over here, and even it's behind on NFL.com. So my phone is ahead of my computer and my stream. Of course, when you stream TV, you're always behind. But then I thought the Draft Tracker would keep up better, but I guess even it's on a little bit of a delay. So we'll do the best we can. Like you said, I'm getting the alerts on my phone when they're made. So Bryce Young, number 1, no surprise there. I just wish I didn't have to wait till 26 for Dallas to pick. My God. I gotta wait way too long for that. I gotta look at the draft order here. Tony, let's see. He's an ex-Raiders fan who picks at 7, and a current Dolphins fan who doesn't have a pick tonight. Why do the Dolphins not have a pick tonight? What did I miss? Or what am I forgetting about? Oh, you're muted.
sorry, did they give that to KC maybe?
No,
Tyreek?
I was gonna say, yeah, that might have been the Tyreek Hill deal, huh?
But Bryce Young at 1 just makes so much sense. Like it's
Yeah. I don't think there was really ever any question. I know they tried to play up the drama early in draft season, but I don't think there was ever any question who the Panthers wanted when they made that trade.
Yeah. Oh goodness, my stream is still way behind now. I did like a skip thing, and I'm now 8 minutes behind the Carolina pick. So it was the Houston pick. Now I'm 8 minutes into
What
the
are you
Carolina pick. And
showing
it's
time? What are you showing time on the clock on the stream?
7:56 now.
Oh, see, I'm at 8:06, so I'm
Of
even further
Carolina's
behind
pick?
you. I'm showing 8:01 on the clock, or 8 minutes now on the clock left.
Goodness, that's a
So
massive delay. Unless they make this pick pretty quickly here.
I don't know. Yeah, I doubt they take the whole time, but I don't know how the stream can be that far behind.
Right?
But even like this NFL.com draft tracker I got still shows they're on the clock. So I don't know what the heck, man.
Yeah. What the hell was my app telling me it was? Where was I getting that? Could have sworn I saw that come through somewhere. Where the hell? I got too many things on my phone now.
I was gonna
got
say I got a deal through Sleeper that said he was picked, but I just refreshed this draft tracker. It still shows on the clock. So I don't know if that was just an anticipatory alert.
Yeah, almost like a meme kind of a thing. As soon as the clock started, someone's like, and it's Bryce Young. Houston's on the clock.
It's like they just had it ready and someone hit send a little too early.
Yeah. Sleeper's funny that way. For as much as I love the app, they have some real like rookie move type stuff like with their stuff sometimes.
It is getting better though. They improve it every
It
year.
is. And I think that's why people love it.
But some of their alerts are so fast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's talking about it. It's like, how do I mute this app? It's like Slutty Sleeper. Sleeper's got the script.
That's funny.
Oh man, that's so funny.
So they haven't made the pick for anybody else yet either. That makes me feel better. I was like, surely I'm not that far behind.
Yeah, because
Like,
they can't do it on the phone. I was like, goodness, but because my like stream was like glitching out, and I was just like, I didn't have a
yeah,
clock, then I did have a clock, and
I got a lot going on my Wi-Fi right now. It's
yeah,
streaming
no,
TV and then this stream and then I got this draft
yeah,
tracker. It's
I got a
like,
hockey game on right now because it's playoffs for that.
oh, see, I don't follow hockey, so I didn't even know that it was playoffs.
Yeah, we're pretty deep into it. Yeah, my poor Leafs. You can sympathize with me, except we haven't won a playoff game or a series anyway. We've won games, just not a series since 2004. So it's been tough, and we've had some bad beats in the past. So we're hoping tonight we can seal it and finally move on to round two. We're hoping.
Yeah, it's not being easy. It's not easy being a fan of every single team for sure.
Nope. Nope. Unless
Every
you're like,
I feel like every team goes through its ebbs and flows. Some go through
oh yeah,
longer ones than others, but every team has them. I mean, Kansas
yeah.
City was shit for like what 50 years before they finally got
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes and started winning. Like it
Yep.
happened, and now they're like the best in the NFL. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
They need to hurry up and actually do a pick and move on to number two, though. Like I'm ready to
Yeah.
get moving.
Does Carolina have another pick in the first or something? Like, why are they
Um,
burning all this clock? Are they trying to save time for that next
I
one
don't,
or something?
I don't think they do. No, they don't have another pick tonight. I can't
Yeah, what
imagine.
the
Like maybe they're
maybe
fielding
they're trying to
calls, but
secure another pick.
maybe I can't imagine after that trade up that they're
They're
on the
playing rock paper
phone
scissors pretty aggressively in the
entertaining
war room.
trades down.
Right. Oh, pick is in. Pick is in. I will be so surprised if this isn't Bryce Young.
Chris Mortensen's lost weight. I thought it was Jimmy Johnson for a second.
Eh, eh. The pick is in.
All right, now let's parade the commish out there on stage. Get this thing rolling.
Yeah, let's hear them boos.
Let's see if the Texans fuck this pick up.
Right? Oh,
They come out
I
and pick
mean,
some
it's
defender, and it's just like, seriously?
yeah, and like honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if they did because I could totally see, um, yeah, like why am I blanking on his name now? They have a defensive-minded coach, and like we have invested a fair bit in bringing some veterans in on defense, so I wouldn't be surprised with some of the talent that's there, and
I was
then
gonna
try to
say,
grab what you can at 12. But I
uh,
don't know, it wouldn't be my favorite.
it's a bold
I think there's enough.
strategy.
I think there's enough defensive talent. You can go QB first and grab like that Jalen Carter kid if he's still there at 12, or Tyree Williams if he's there at 12. Like I think
Yeah,
these next picks between 2 and 12 can go almost any way. I don't think everyone would be totally surprised by it. Trying to see where that Miami pick went.
I'm sure it was a Tyreek Hill deal.
I just don't see it anywhere. They show all the trades. Weird. Did
I
they
like
do
the way they do
something
the draft.
Did they do something to forfeit it? Because there's only
Oh,
31 first-round picks.
now they did get in trouble.
They might have forfeited their pick.
I think they
Yep.
got in trouble with like the coaching
Bryce Young.
hire or something.
Yeah, that must have been it.
I think it was like a tampering issue, maybe.
There's only 31 first-round picks on the board.
You're right. I forgot about that. I think they did get in trouble. Like you said, I think it was like a tampering issue or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're in business. First pick is made. And we moving. I'm super interested to see where some of these skill position guys go.
Yep.
We could see some early. I'm telling you though, I was talking with Corey earlier when he was on his drive up to KC, and I was like, there's probably more potential for trades during this year's draft than there has been in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people wanting to move around, players they want to trade, stuff like that.
Well, because I think there's a lot of teams that have QB needs that aren't maybe in that kind of middle, like they're kind of in that late middle versus early middle of picks.
Right.
And so it might be they're willing, like guys that aren't taking QBs are willing to move back like 6 to 8 picks if that means getting a good bundle.
But there's also guys like Philly wants Bijan. Well, they might have to jump Atlanta to get him.
Yeah.
But then there's players like Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins who could end up getting moved during the draft.
Yeah. Do you think the Eagles would take Bijan at 10?
I think they would.
Or do you think
They
they'd be hoping to snag out someone at like 30? Because I mean, look at Brees Hall falling all the way to the end of the draft last year almost.
Well, the thing with the Eagles though is like they can afford that luxury pick early. Like to me,
Yep.
the Falcons have too many holes to take Bijan Robinson.
Yeah,
But
that's
for the
fair. No, I
Eagles,
agree. They should.
I mean,
I
they
mean, the
have.
Bears could take Bijan.
They could. I mean, they have
They got a lot of
running
needs,
backs
but
there
I
already.
mean,
I mean,
yeah, but who do
honestly,
they
the
have? They got
Eagles,
like
the Eagles have Rashad
Foreman
Penny.
and
Like, I could see
yeah.
them wanting that. I mean, really, like a reliable running back is really the only thing the Eagles are
Oh yeah.
missing. Like, I
Yep.
would hate it if they ended up with Bijan tonight. Like that,
Well,
that would make me
because
so sad.
Houston made their pick quicker than Carolina did.
Yeah, they did.
Goodness. All right.
Now
Let's see
Arizona.
what Arizona does. Like,
This
good
I was gonna
heavens,
say.
what a dumpster fire they are.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of speculation they might trade down
Yeah.
since they don't need a quarterback.
Like even sweeten that pot, like put this pick with Hopkins for a big package, you know?
Yeah,
Like
I
really
know.
sweeten it.
I saw earlier they were talking with Tennessee about trading Hopkins in that pick. I mean, the Colts could trade up.
Fuck, I'd be so sad if
Falcons
Hopkins
could
went to the
the
Titans.
Falcons could trade up. Tennessee could trade up. Any of these teams could trade up and take a QB there. So
Man,
yeah,
I
this
do
will be.
not want to see a Hopkins in a AFC South jersey other than Houston. We should try to get him back for like a fifth. That'd be
Well,
wonderful. A
they'd
rebound
have
tour.
to. They'd have
Send
to
him
get
away
a
for
QB.
nothing, get him back for nothing. Yeah, right.
They'd have to get a QB that's worth a damn before Nuck could make an impact. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because what a mess that organization is. Like Buda Baker wants out, Hopkins wants out, Kyler Murray's gonna miss most of the season. It's
Yeah,
oh man.
it's going to be a rough year in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
We got to watch the clusterfuck happen live last year. They did that Hard Knocks in season on the Cardinals on HBO. Dude, that was so hard to watch. Just keep losing and losing and losing. It's like, oh my God. Like, we need to get a team on there that's winning this year
Mm-hmm.
because they had the Lions on the preseason, and then
Yeah.
the Cardinals during season. That's such a good show, though. I love that show so much.
I haven't watched it fully in the last few years, just caught episodes here or there, and so it's something I definitely want to watch more of. I just haven't had HBO.
Even with crappy teams on there, it's still entertaining as hell to
Oh
just
yeah.
watch how they operate. Like, can we get Dallas on there? In season, preseason, I don't care.
Dallas on it like 8 years ago or something like that, or 6 years ago.
I think so. I can't remember how long ago. It's been a while. And then there was another one on Prime where they did like a in season deal. I can't remember what it's called, All or Nothing, I think. Where Cowboys were on that the year they drafted Zeke. All right, Texans, don't mess this up.
Goodness, why is the pick's been in for a while? What is going on? Oh, here we go.
They have to delay for TV purposes,
Yeah.
They got to get their talk in. CJ Stroud.
Yep, that's the right pick. Oh.
Sleeper was on time that time.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, they didn't mess it up. Does
Nope.
that make you happy?
It does. It does. We have another next quarterback. I didn't realize he was only a sophomore at Ohio State. So the fact that he's young, I think, is going to bode really well. But yeah, no, I'm excited.
It's just nice to fill like the most glaring hole you have on the team.
Yeah, no, it definitely because it is a glaring hole. And especially with that, like Deshaun Watson definitely made it so because I mean, a guy that had that much talent and was going to do so much for us when it came like I think he was like a late to middle first for us when we took Watson, and then just with how that whole thing transpired was sad. And it's like, man, to have so much hope, be able to find a franchise piece there, and for it all just to go to shit was pretty tough.
Yeah.
But
What's up, Derryberry? Yeah, because I think Watson's like the only good QB I can remember them having. Like the next closest one would have been Matt Schaub, but he was okay. He wasn't a world beater.
No, exactly. Oh.
Yeah, this will be good for him. Now at 12, just take a receiver because you need like a stud receiver.
Oh yeah.
Having Schultz will help for sure, but Robert Woods ain't gonna be the guy.
No, but I think he's just kind of a veteran presence. He can just plug in the slot. He'll find space where he can, and
Yeah, like him and Nico are like they're good complementary receivers, but they need to draft a number one at 12.
yeah.
I imagine Smith and Jigba will still be there at 12.
I think so too. And if he's, it's so like I don't know what they're gonna do. Like if there's, I think they'll hopefully it'll either be a defensive lineman or Jackson Smith. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know
That's the
who's going
thing
to
with
take. Like Seattle might take a D lineman. I don't know if Detroit would. I can't really think of who they're because their defense is kind of starting to click by the end of the year in Detroit. So I don't know if and what they need to do. I think they need defense. The Raiders probably need D line. Not really. Max Crosby was pretty sweet.
some of these guys will be taking offensive linemen too, though.
Yeah, I think literally everyone after the Colts, like Seahawks, Lions, Raiders, Falcons, Bears, could all go D line. Yeah, I think like Tennessee is the only one that doesn't, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, there was a lot of chatter yesterday and today about Tennessee wanting to move up for a QB.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to depend on who's there. I think if the Colts pass on a QB, you'll see Tennessee trade up to get one, maybe. Well, maybe not, because I don't know who's going to take one there. I doubt Seattle
I don't
takes
think
one. The Lions might.
I don't see the Colts passing on a QB. I really don't.
Well, and that's just it. It's because they're another team. Like they weren't horrible last year, so like Matt Ryan really was at times their worst player.
Yeah.
Like, could
The
they
Colts
use a
get a
veteran wide
QB.
receiver? Sure,
The Colts get a QB, like they're instantly way better
better.
because they have
Yeah.
talent in other spots for sure. They definitely got all the skill spots on offense handled. Their defense, like, got a couple of holes, I'd say, but for the most part, they're pretty solid. They need a QB to lead that team.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are they interviewing Stroud? Let's see what he has to say here. Oh, my stream is so bad. It's frozen. What's the gist of that Stroud interview?
Right now, Schefter's talking about Houston trading up to 3 here. It hasn't come through as official yet, but he's talking about it like it's happening.
Oh. I mean, that's one way to get the D lineman you want.
Susie, thank you. So CJ Stroud goes number 2 overall. That's sounding.
So that would be interesting. Texans go 2 and 3.
Yeah. Like, listen to the ESPN stream here, and they're like, "This is people are ripping up their mock drafts. This is not the draft the way people expected it to go." And I'm like, "What are you
We're 2
smoking? This is
picks in, and
exactly it's exactly how it was supposed to go. Just because everyone was trying to be some magic man predicting some ridiculous future, this is
yeah.
exactly how it's supposed to go."
I'm like, we're 2 picks in, and it's exactly the 2 players
Ugh.
everybody thought. So what are they talking about?
Yeah.
Sometimes these guys, I swear,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! My phone is blowing up. What the hell?
they must have
Something's
made that
happening.
trade. They
They
must have
must have
made
made
that
that
trade
trade.
up there.
Something's happening. My
Yeah,
phone is exploding with
Texans are on the
Texans.
clock.
Like my phone is like crashing from the notifications.
Yeah, Texans pick is in at number 3. Jeez, dude, the Texans going 2 and 3. That's nuts.
Oh my goodness.
Cardinals move back to 12. I can't wait to see what all they got. Cardinals got for that.
Here comes Will Anderson. Jeez. What the heck did they give up? Oh my goodness.
You know, I was anticipating a lot of trades tonight, but to get one like this that quick,
This is spicy. We're taking another QB.
dude, the Texans ain't messing around.
With a third pick, we're taking Will Levis.
That would be so funny. Because then if you take him, then all of a sudden he's more valuable than that pick was. You could get more back for him than you gave up for the pick.
Yeah, I had a buddy just message me too, and he goes, "Hey man, how many times has a team picked twice in the top 5?" And I don't know.
I
And
don't
I'm gonna
know
Google.
either.
I'm taking y'all with me.
Maybe never.
Taking you with me on this journey.
I certainly don't remember it happening.
All right. So there are 17 teams.
There's your pick, Will Anderson Jr.
Yep, saw that one coming. So there are 17 times teams have had 2 top 10 picks.
Dude, that's wild. 2 and 3, and they got two of the best
Oh,
guys.
so in 2018, the Seahawks had 4 and 5, I think. No, the Jets. The Jets owned 4 and 5
Oh, okay.
after
remember
that
that.
Jamal Adams trade.
Okay, I don't remember that, but
Yeah, because they traded Jamal Adams for like 2 firsts, I think,
I
right?
guarantee you nobody's had 2 in the top 3 ever.
No.
That's crazy. Get 2 of the best prospects in the draft in the top 3. Like,
Mhm.
holy cow, dude. That's
Yeah,
D'Amico
I'm just waiting
Ryan.
to see. I'm waiting to see
D'Amico
what we
Ryan went
paid.
in to management and went, listen, we'll take Stroud, but you're going to trade back up and get me Will Anderson too.
Right? Goodness. Man, that man's got to feel
Can't
good
wait
for
to
a
see
team to
what
do
they
that
got
for
for
him.
that pick, though. What did Houston give up to get that? I don't know if I missed the compensation looking at the computer or what, but we got the Colts on the clock. It's fucking psycho. That is so nuts, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I just got you muted. My wife just came in the door with the baby, so just having a quick talk with them.
No worries, no worries. I was hoping they would show this trade compensation here, man.
Oh, what do you think?
What's up?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Bennett.
Hi, Bennett.
Oh,
What's up,
he's not
buddy?
named after Stetson Bennett. Yeah. Yeah, there's probably better Bennetts to be named after. Yes, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, cute kid, man.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, he's a little Gerber baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks a lot like mom, thank goodness. Whoops, there we go. Yeah, no, my phone literally broke. I'm just trying to see if the compensations come through yet. Jeez. Yeah. Most of them are just Twitter people losing their minds, like mentioning the Texans, but goodness gracious.
Well, the Colts pick is in. So we'll see who they end up with. They haven't shown on TV, I don't think.
I'm curious to see if they're gonna go Richardson or Levis.
I know. I bet it'll be Levis. That kid's gonna be a monster playing for D'Amico Ryan's Will Anderson.
Oh, right? He's gonna make him a star. Like
Dude.
people were already making Khalil Mack comparisons with Will Anderson, just as far as his raw talent and power. So
Like he could not have gone to a better team, honestly.
he's got to be
wise.
freaking excited. Oh my goodness! Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oof. That's gonna be nasty.
But I mean, it's I'd say the AFC South is quietly similar to the NFC South, where as much as like there's teams that are favorites, they're not like heavy favorites. Like anything can change. Like the Jaguars are definitely looking good for the future. They're just pretty complete all around. Maybe they're not the best Right now, they might look like the best passing team, but they're not the best run team. Maybe they're not the best defense, but they're just right there in a lot of ways that, as a group, are probably one of the more better teams. Because the Titans have just leaned on Henry for years, and you can only do that for so long.
And
Only get you so far.
that's why they're looking at moving on. Like, that's probably why you've seen all the speculation they'll trade up for a QB here at some point.
Yeah.
Because time to get in to the passing game, you know.
And that's what kind of my fear for Jonathan Taylor is. Kind of what happened with Derrick Henry. Like, when you build a team around one player like that, as
Especially
much
a
as your
running
team
back.
can do so well, and you're going to make playoffs most years, you're not going to win a championship that way. So you're just working real hard to get close to the end.
Oh, they took Anthony Richardson.
Ooh. I'm not surprised. I think everyone had him being the third guy. I
thought they'd go
honestly,
a little
for the Colts,
safer.
that might work out well. To have Jonathan Taylor and Richardson running behind that line could be pretty scary.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it'll work out nicely, but I think everybody expects them to go a little bit safer with Levis.
Yeah, but yeah, it's goodness. So some fantasy relevance here. So Richardson, being a running type of quarterback, if he starts to do Lamar things, will that affect Jonathan Taylor?
You know, I think it'll help him. Like, he might lose a handful of touches a game, but he's still a stud. And I think the threat of that running quarterback will help open up lanes. Like, they can't just focus on Jonathan Taylor now.
No, and I think you're right on that. I think he becomes more efficient, but and it might actually be good for him because he won't need the volume, so he'll hopefully have a longer career. How many times did Will Anderson tackle Anthony Richardson? Let's see. Game by game stats for Will Anderson Jr. Damn it. It's only going to give me this. I want this one. Sale's still on the clock, right? I missed that. My stream didn't my screen just kind of did a reload.
Yeah, they're still on the clock.
Cool.
I want more trades. Let's see more movement.
Right?
I'm all about that stuff. I love the chaos.
I want to see it all.
Just burn it all to the ground. I do. I like that pick for the Colts a lot.
All right, so how many that's what, 3 QBs in the first 4 picks? How many times does that happen?
In a while, if it has.
Well, hold on. What happened Lance's year with that whole mess? Was that because Lance was 3, right?
Yeah.
Because did that one go? Who was first? Was that the Lawrence year?
The who year?
Was Lawrence with Wilson and Lance?
I think so.
Yeah, it's so weird because Lawrence was such a polished guy, and I hated Lance and Wilson as prospects. I thought they were schmucks, and which is so funny to me. I was so worried that the Texans were going to make a ridiculous trade for Trey Lance. So I just thought it was so funny how San Francisco was literally the only team that liked Lance that high, and now they're trying to sell him for like a fifth. And I'm like, no, that's them trying to get anything they can for him. They're unhappy with him.
Lance was the same year as Fields.
Yes, because Fields went. Oh, and Mac Jones is in there too.
Because that I remember Lance or Fields was the conversation when the Niners were up.
Yeah. Goodness, why am I blanking on that? So. Yeah, so it was Trevor Lawrence. So that was like head and shoulders the only good quarterback or one of the best quarterbacks in that class. And went Zach Wilson and Lance. So there was 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks in the first 3 picks. Yep. With a 4th and 5th going at 10 and 15. Or sorry, 11 and 15. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. What do you think, Bennett? Where do the Seahawks go? Yeah, defensive line. My thoughts exactly.
Smart kid. He's a smart kid.
Go get after my coffee. How about no? Yeah.
Seahawks still on the clock, man. They're running out of time here.
Yeah, they're going to use up this entire clock by the looks of it. NFL draft.
Which always gets me excited. Like, are they trying to work a trade?
Could be, because I don't know. I just don't know who they'd want to trade with because there's so many guys, teams in similar positions as them in the next few picks.
Somebody's going to want
position to them.
Somebody's going to want Levis and trade up for him pretty soon, I think.
And maybe that's what they're taking calls on, and they're trying to weigh whether or not they want to or not.
It'd be funny if Detroit took Levis. Okay, his pick is in.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if Detroit took maybe someone like Hendon Hooker early in the second round. Because I don't know, like, how long do you really want Goff around?
Yeah, I know.
He's a nice transitional piece while you're trying to get young guys together, keep everyone competitive. But I mean,
that offense is gross now. Like, they really just need a better QB.
Yeah. Plot twist: they take Levis. No.
That's what I was saying a second ago. If Detroit took Levis, that'd be crazy. I mean, honestly, any of these next few teams could. Geno Smith is getting older. Seattle could take him. Detroit could take him. Vegas could take him if they want a long-term.
They did just sign Geno to a 3-year deal, didn't they, or 2-year?
3, I think. Atlanta could take him if they don't believe in Ritter.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee at 11. The Bears and Philly won't take him if he starts falling, but give us the pick.
That's an easy call to make. Goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Derryberry says it's Witherspoon. Yep, it just popped up on my screen here. So. Got him a corner.
Yep, I just seen that pop up too. Right, the Lions. Will Levis. I want to see it. I want to see it get spicy. I don't know. I think just tooted maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. You dropped my phone. Oh. Very interested. Are you going Betty Bye? Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good pick for them.
Yeah, I think so. Well, yeah. Because
It's
I'm
not
trying to think.
sexy
I don't
for
know.
fantasy purposes, but it's a good pick for them.
Yep.
You get down here in some skill position, guys.
Oh, goodness. Same time, fantasy wise, there's not much we can really be too sad about. To have 3 quarterbacks go to 3 kind of needy teams at the start is kind of nice. A friend just said Witherspoon looks like Kevin Hart.
He kind of does. That's funny.
Uh,
Yeah, dude. Teams that really needed them with skill guys that have been wasted.
they should have a little. They
The
should
Colts.
make a fan-created show of a ride-along, except Devin Witherspoon rides in a car with the Legion of Boom guys.
Oh, that would be funny. Dude, with this draft, there's so many teams like filling that hole at QB. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny. Like you kind of knew we were getting here because it's just a lot of older guys have aged out, and we really haven't had that influx of young talent, I guess, that we've needed for as many guys that stuck around.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's goodness, like even the Bucks kind of need a QB. Like there's a lot of QB needy teams, I think.
They don't, man, the Bucks don't pick till 19. They don't have a shot in hell.
Mhm.
Unless they trade up. I mean, they'd have to trade up, but sitting where they're at, they won't get anybody. I don't think Hooker even falls that far, much less Levis. I'm real interested to see where Levis ends up.
Yeah, me too. Because to me, he is, I thought, on the same level as like maybe a Zach Wilson in Trey Lance, where a lot of people are impressed by his talent. Like he has a few really nice skills that people like, and so the hype could either carry him up or he could fall and people get tremendous value for where he was. Like even Lamar Jackson was that way, kind of like not the most proficient at every spot, but like he was what, pick 30 in the first round, and so there's guys like, I'm not saying he's going to be Lamar Jackson, I'm just saying like there's value to be had, and he could be a guy that could surprise everyone.
Yeah.
Because where did Herbert go? Was Herbert like a pick 17 a few years ago?
Was he that late? I don't remember.
Looking it up, yeah. Nope, he was pick 6. Never mind. He did go pretty early. I thought he might have, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if he was in the 10s there somewhere, but
Just got an alert said Arizona trading up to 6. So they did. It just popped up. So they traded out of 3 down to 12 and now trading back up to 6.
Fascinating. I still haven't been able to find what we traded.
I think they're after Tyree Wilson. JJ Watt just retired.
Could be.
Or Jalen Carter. Probably one of those two, I'd have to guess.
Is anyone talking about what we paid? No one is talking.
I still never saw, what that trade actually entailed.
Okay. Allegedly, the Cardinals get our 12th pick, our 33rd pick, the first in 2024, and the third in 2024. Wow. So we gave him our second first, our second round, our first in 24, and our third in 24. So 2 firsts, a second, and an early second, and a third. And we get the third in the 105, which I think is a 4th rounder. Is that right?
I'd be curious then what they gave to get back up to 6. Because they got to keep part of that. Just wonder what part. They probably got
so yeah,
to keep
it's
third or something.
so Arizona gave us the 3rd pick of the 4th round this year as well. So basically, it's 2 firsts and an early second for the 3rd overall, which to me, you know what, I think it's reasonably fair.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'll bet they
the
use
caliber
that
of guys. The 3rd overall first is worth so much more than like the 10th. The caliber you're getting at like 3 is incredible.
I'll bet they use that first they got from them next year to move back up to 6.
And they very well could have. So
and then all those second and third, 4th rounders they just got to keep, or maybe they had to give one of them. But either way, they're coming out ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Schefter's saying he's assuming it'll be an offensive tackle to protect Murray, which makes total sense also. So it's looking like maybe Skoronski's the top one, or Paris Johnson. My phones just keep going off.
Yeah, too many notifications let me know what all's going on. It's like, chill, I'm watching.
Well, and Tony's talking about it, so he's watching. He's just too good to come hang out with us on here, I guess.
Yeah, he's probably got his own thing going on. What? The Go Bills podcast and everything saying he'll trade 1 now.
Yeah, I already texted him about it, and he's like, I just traded it. I'm like, that was really fast. It was like 3 minutes after he posted that.
Did he just trade it? He didn't trade it.
It did go through on Sleeper if he did. I think he's messing around with people, which is really annoying because he does that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cardinals took an offensive tackle, so
they needed something like that.
That'll make Kyler Murray happy when he's healthy.
But I mean, did they really need to jump to 6 to do that?
Hey, if they thought he was the best one and they saw an opportunity, why not?
I guess they're saying NFL.com says the Raiders need an O-lineman.
ESPN shows him as the second best offensive tackle, but barely. So
yeah, so it's kind of like pick your poison.
He's a little bit bigger, it looks like, than the guy they have first. But on draft grade, it's a point difference, so it's not that big of a deal.
Man, that 12th pick's been around. It started with Cleveland, Houston, Arizona, and now Detroit.
That's a slut pick right there, man.
There's only one other one like it. 29 with the Saints, San Francisco, Miami, Denver, New Orleans.
It's funny, like nobody on our sleeper chat has even mentioned the fact that he said he'd trade that pick. Like, I think he's jerked people around so many times. People probably just given up.
Right?
Dude, I've been trying to trade for the last week so hard with people, but like everybody just wanted to wait till after the draft. I was like, that's no fun.
Yeah, right.
Even second rounders, people were just clutching to them. I was like, holy cow, guys. I offered dirty things to move up from 7, to teams that need assets, and they still weren't doing it. They're
Yeah.
gonna draft their team savior apparently.
Yep.
All right, we got the Raiders on the clock.
Mm-hmm. That's what Tony is. Tony just didn't want to be seen in public before the Raiders pick in case they did the wrong thing. He rage. It's kind of like me watching my my Leafs play hockey sometimes in public. I rage. And
We'll just have to make sure and give him a hard time when he does finally pop in. He missed the whole thing last year too.
Yep.
Showed up with like 3 picks left. I'm like, bro, we've
Mm-hmm.
been talking all week about this, and you still showed up like 3 hours late, and now he did it again tonight.
Yeah.
But he's watching. But now I know he's watching it because he's talking about it. So I'm like, all right, dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Derryberry's in the chat. I should have him get on to Tony for not being on the stream.
Yeah.
And be our advocate for us, Derryberry, in the
Stick him.
The Redux chat. That'd be funny. Get everybody over there being like, why are you here and not on the stream? So what do the Raiders do here, you think? Defense?
Did they take that other offensive lineman? Because I mean, if a guy stuck ahead of him for one, I don't think you want to be, taking.
They have a lot of holes, man.
Yeah, they need a lot of help. That's
They
why I
could
thought it was
take-
weird when they traded for Garoppolo.
They could take
I don't
Tyree
know.
Wilson, Jalen Carter, Christian Gonzalez, Peter Skoronski. They could take literally any of those guys right now, and they need them all.
No, they really do.
ESPN was just talking about him taking offensive tackle too. Oh no, they weren't. They were talking corner. Sorry, I got my names mixed up on positions there. Talking about
That's a
Christian.
neat suit that Christian Gonzalez is wearing.
That's who they were talking about him taking was Christian Gonzalez. Oh, this guy's got the big hat on. I want one of those so damn bad.
I just lost my stream. There it is. Okay, it's back.
I want one of those big hats so bad. We're still 20 picks away from my Cowboys picking.
Yep.
I'm going to need some of these guys to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Jeez, I feel like I'm 14 again. Houston just blew their load in the first 3 picks, and now we're like, cool, now what?
Now you're just chilling the rest of the night, unless they get froggy. Well, they ain't got nothing left to use to trade back up into the first round, I guess.
Well, that's just it. We spent a lot there, but it's I don't know. I think with the picks we did get, as much as we sent everything else, I think it's kind of like a cigarette in bed kind of thing. We're pretty content. So
yeah,
it's
yeah. Y'all just get to chill out now for the rest of the night. Part of tomorrow night.
Whoops. 1 second. I'm just gonna stop my video and mute myself for a second. Just gotta get a phone call. Work's calling me here.
All right. Use this Raiders pick already. Yep, Tyree Wilson. That makes sense. Totally makes sense. I like that pick. Good pick for them. All right, Falcons on the clock. Potential fantasy relevant player being taken here now. Will they take Bijan? I'd be surprised. I know there's been a lot of hype around that, but I'd be really shocked if they actually took Bijan. With all the holes they have to go running back, wouldn't make sense to me, but what do I know? Maybe that's why they don't win anything. Yeah, there's so many ways they could go with this pick. We'll see. I own Tyler Algier in our Dynasty League. We'll see if my running backs get murdered this year like they did last year. Last year I had Gibson and Michael Carter going into the draft. We know how that turned out with the Brian Robinson and Brees Hall picks. So watch the Falcons take Bijan and murder Algier for me. So I'm sweating this pick just a little bit. That's number 8. Yeah. Tyree Wilson almost suplexed the commish. Picked him up in a bear hug. I thought he was going to throw him over his head. Brock Lesnar style. Suplex City, bitch. All right, pick is in. Please don't take Bijan. Please don't take Bijan. I'm the only person on the planet that doesn't want that, I think. I just know they're going to do it anyways. Derryberry, is that official? Because I haven't seen anything pop up yet. Anywhere. Yeah, that's a new annual tradition. Just big fuck you to my running backs every year. freaking happen every year now. Because I spend all my capital on all the other positions because running back's ridiculous anyways. So I take high upside guys and they always get screwed over. Because they're not secure. I just think it's funny they would take Bijan with all the freaking holes in that team and all the talent on the board. I still haven't seen it pop up officially yet, though. So that's weird. Unless Derryberry's just making a prediction here. Of course, the one I've been waiting on is the one they're going to drag out the longest here. It's like, pick his end, and then we're going to go to a 20-minute commercial break. And then come back and announce it, maybe. Let the commentators talk about it a little bit longer first, you know. Tennessee will be on the clock before they announce the Atlanta pick, probably. Seriously, this is the longest commercial break ever, I think. He could have put four picks in this commercial break. This is hard to do flying solo. He needs to come back from that work call ASAP. I like the way they do this draft now, going from city to city, big stage, let everybody be a part of it instead of just a select group at Radio City. All right, there's a commish. They're even dragging this one out with guest presenters. Like, come on. Dragging this one out as freaking long as possible. Damn it. They did take Bijan. That's ridiculous. Man, I don't think that's smart on Atlanta's part, but Bijan will be a monster there, no doubt. No doubt about it. He's going to be a beast. For fantasy purposes, he's a first-round pick, guys. And I'm not just talking rookie drafts. Obviously, he's the 101 in rookies, but redraft this year, he's a first-round pick and a run-first offense. Shoot. And my Algier just got crapped on. I kind of saw it coming, though. So it is what it is. Now we got the Bears on the clock. Oh, I just kind of alerted there was a trade. It was a trade. The Eagles traded up, looks like. So they just swapped spots. So that's interesting. Who do they take? Jahmyr Gibbs? Maybe? I doubt he goes this early. What else would they need right here, though? The Eagles. Defensive lineman, maybe, would be the only thing I can think. If they want Jalen Carter, it'd be about the only thing I could picture them wanting to trade places for. I don't think their offensive line's pretty solid. So probably Jalen Carter or Lucas Van Ness would be my guess. Defensive line action.
Okay, I am back. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
I think the Falcons messed up taking Bijan.
That is just selfish for everyone involved.
It makes no sense. Like, they have so many other needs. It makes no sense. And then I was trying to think about speculate who the Eagles wanted just to trade up one spot with the Bears. I thought that was interesting.
This is an even more egregious version of what the Jags did drafting ETN at the end of the first a few years ago when they had James Robinson, who was doing just fine with them. That's exactly what this is.
Yep.
They paid nothing for Algier, so he's a great depth piece. And I don't know.
Algier was perfectly capable of being their starter.
He was. All they needed
to do was wait a couple rounds and grab a pass catcher.
If anything, yeah, I thought this could have been around even if they took Jackson Smith and Jigba to have him and Drake London opposite of each other and Pitts would be just gross. It'd be absolutely
even
gross.
That would have made more sense than Bijan, I feel like.
Yeah, it would have.
Because they could have waited like 2 more rounds and taken like a Kendre Miller or something to be a pass catcher compliment to Algier.
Oh, so gross.
Such a wasted opportunity. And Philly took Carter. I figured it was either Carter or Van Ness they were after to swap up one spot.
Like, this is probably as close a thing that could have happened to what happened to Brees last year, going to a place where there was already some running backs, but he's obviously better than them, but it'll probably be some weird group by committee thing going on. So, yeah, that's so weird. It's so weird. I don't know what to think. Like, Bijan is still, I think, the 101 in rookie picks. Like, no one else is really close. Like, talent-wise, no one's close.
No one's close, and that is a good landing spot for him with their offensive being a run-first offense. But I just think
it might be similar to Brees.
It just makes no
sense. It might be weird for the first 4 weeks of the year, and then after that, he just runs away with the job.
Yeah.
That's so incredibly selfish. What the hell?
I know, it makes no sense. If I was their fans,
I couldn't even focus on my work call. That was brutal. Oh, man. Do I have Algier in any leagues? Gross. Sell. Maybe no one's seen it yet. All right.
Yeah, I don't get that. If I was their fans, I'd be upset because I'm like, listen, we had all these holes. We had a running back, and now like Bijan's going to be past his prime before they get the rest of that team fixed around him.
Yeah,
making boneheaded moves like that. So if you're the other teams in NFC South, you love it.
Mm-hmm. But now it's so weird. Like, Atlanta's offense is going to be so weird because, like, to have Algier and Bijan, you could totally cycle those guys in and out on different drives just to keep their legs fresh and really pound the ball. But it's like, man, you have a talent in Pitts and Drake London out there. It's like, this was not what that offense needed.
I think if they even open the playbook a lot, I think Ritter can handle.
Yeah,
throwing
Ritter
the ball
is just fine.
There's no problems with Ritter. They don't need a QB either. I don't think.
Like, I'm not completely sold on Tua's ability. Like, I think, to me, I'm weird. I think Bama quarterbacks just get way overhyped because they play with unbelievable talent. And it's like, of course they're going to play good. If they play bad, then it's like they wouldn't be playing at Bama. So, like,
you're right.
But it almost takes away, right? Because it's like they're playing with a handicap almost as compared to everyone else. So I have a hard time valuing Bama quarterbacks, and Tua was definitely that for me. So I didn't really like him. Drafted him a few years ago for the hype just to trade him. And it's kind of like, I don't know how Ritter looked fine in some games last year. I really don't think he turned the ball over. I think he was just fine once he started getting all the plays. I'm going to look it up here because I really didn't think Ritter was that bad.
No, they just really just need.
All right. Yeah, so he played. It looks like he started the last 4 games, no interceptions. Granted, he only had 2 touchdowns in his last game. So the first game, he went 13 for 26, 97 yards. So that was against New Orleans. Whatever. I
They
guess
just
are a
don't
tough
throw the ball.
defense.
If they would just open the playbook and let him throw the ball, like
Yeah.
I think that offense would
But
just
he
fine.
did run 6 times for 40 yards. Game 2, he went 22 for 33, 220 yards thereabouts. No touchdowns still. But honestly, that could be more of the same if there is going to be Bijan and Algier here. It could be he passes a bunch, moves them up the field, and Bijan finishes.
Yeah.
It could be more of the same. So this might hurt Ritter, but it might also help. It could just make him more unpredictable. Like it could be weeks where he's going to have a lot of like 1st and 10s, and he's going to like he might get 3 shots out every game and get maybe anywhere from like 1 to 3 touchdowns, or they could be 1st and 10s and Bijan gets 3 touchdowns. So it could be an absolute stinker for him. So
Yeah,
Ritter really wasn't that bad for a first season. To not turn the ball over in 4 games is important. So
yeah.
I was more on the idea, like I really don't see him.
He turned the ball
being
over
much
less
worse
than
than
Dak
Tua.
Prescott in that span.
Yeah.
So,
but it's
not to change gears on here, but the pick is in for the Bears. It looks like Will Levis is going to fall right in the Titans' lap here at 11 because the Bears won't take him.
No. And I'm just curious to see how quickly. Oh, for God's sakes, my stream just timed out. Come on now. That's no fun. Behave.
Yeah, they took Darnell Wright, offensive tackle.
All right, so a quick run
down.
through. The first 10 picks are here. So Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young. Obviously going to be interesting for fantasy because he was the best quarterback. Going to a Panthers team that's now without DJ Moore.
Yeah, but they
have what? DJ they have DJ Shark. Who else do they have?
Thielen. Terrace Marshall isn't awful.
Yeah, he's a big body guy. I don't know if he was being used the right way the first few years.
I feel like didn't they sign a tight end too?
All right, so just looking here. So they have Adam Thielen, DJ Shark, and Terrace Marshall. Hayden Hurst. That's who they brought in.
Hurst, yeah.
Yeah, they brought in Hayden Hurst and they brought in Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's not nothing to get excited about.
They got some good bridge guys at receiver.
Yeah.
To get them, but I think Bryce Young is going to be obviously
this is a team that's obviously and they've invested a ton of draft capital in their defense the past few years. And the offensive pieces, like Tommy Tremble's there. He looked fine at times. Chuba Hubbard's what he is. I don't even think Raheem Blackshear played last year. Terrace Marshall. But so there's a lot of young guys that are kind of like on the cusp of playing, but I don't really know if they'll take that next step to really be valuable to play at all. So
the pick is in for the Titans. That was pretty quick. I'm guessing they take Levis.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lions.
I think that has to be. Yeah, I think that has to be as well.
The Lions could take Hooker there at 12 if they don't trade that 12 pick again.
Yeah.
Someone might
honestly, if they're targeting Hooker, I think they could afford to trade back and try because it's not like Hooker's not the kind of guy I don't think they want to overpay for. But I do think like if they can get him late, that'd be just fine. I think.
I don't know where Derryberry keeps getting these picks from because nothing's official. He's saying Skoronski, offensive tackle. I would be surprised if they didn't take Levis here, honestly. Why would you take a tackle to block for a QB that's on his way out? Take a QB now. Then fix the O-line. Like Levis falls right in your lap. After talking about all this talk about wanting to trade up for QB and all this stuff, he falls right in your lap and you still don't take him? Like, that'd be crazy. Unless they didn't want him. If they were sold on Richardson instead, I don't know. But I think they should take Levis.
I think you're right. I think so too.
We'll see. We shall see.
Ooh, boy. Wow. What a draft so far.
Over in Redux, Go Bills has gone MIA. He threw 101 on the table. 8 people have messaged or texted him about it, and he's just not responding to anybody.
Yeah. Did he say 8 people messaged him about it?
Nah, that was a little hyperbole. I know of 4 for sure, and I'm sure a couple more that didn't say they did too.
I'll probably just resend offers I've already sent.
Honestly, good luck getting anything done with him.
Well, that's just it. I'm just kind of like, if he feels less good about that pick meow, then maybe it's, yeah.
I don't know. Every time I've tried to trade with him, every time we settle on something, he moves the goalposts and wants something else. And it's just like, you get over that real fast.
Yep.
I didn't even send an offer.
I don't believe you.
I didn't. I'll show you on my phone right now. There are no outstanding offers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I just have the one out to him. Oh, I'm sorry. I freaking, who was it? Bolts. Bolts sent me another offer for Godwin.
Sort through all these texts too. Holy cow. So many alerts. I just looked. I actually did have a trade offer out to him, but it wasn't for 101. I forgot I sent it this morning. I sent trades out to like 4 people this morning just messing around. Nobody has done anything with them, so I'm like, well, whatever. Let's get to this Titans pick already.
Yeah. Apparently it's in.
Dude, when you were on the phone, I've been sweating this Atlanta Falcons pick all week because I knew I had a feeling all the smoke around Bijan Robinson, and I own Tyler Algier. So I've been sweating it. I feel like they drug that out so freaking long. I swear to God. They waited till the pick was in and then went to like a 20-minute commercial break. And then they come back and they
knew it was spicy.
And then they come back and they got this whole spiel about Boys and Girls Club, and they got these special presenters. I'm just like, good Lord, like, how long can we drag this pick out?
Ooh, Skorotsky.
What I want to know is how Derryberry keeps getting all of these picks before anybody else knows they're.
He's probably there. Yeah, where's Corey? Corey should be texting us these picks.
I'm so surprised they didn't take Levis.
But they needed a guard. They really did, because what was it, Trevor Lewin that they let go last year, and then their offensive line was kind of poo. So I feel like they've slowly been losing linemen the last few years. So I feel like they had to go about getting more in. So I feel like they've lost at least 2 linemen in the past 2 years that were like significant to Henry's success. So Like Henry's gonna be great regardless because he's just an animal. But obviously, if you help the man, you could go a lot further. Oh, the Raiders did go Tyree Wilson. Interesting. Very nice. Who was the other D lineman? We needed Tony on here. Like, who was opposite of Max Crosby last year in Oakland?
That is a good question.
Because in IDP leagues, Crosby was fantastic, and this guy Tyree Wilson, if he's supposed to be great, that could be a sneaky little IDP pick for people, knowing Max Crosby is going to get a lot of respect because I think he was one of the best D linemen in IDP fantasy last year for that.
Yeah, he was like
defensive line one or easily because I had him and I was really thrilled. So let's see here. Opposite of him, Chandler Jones was in there. Man, that's scary. So where could he fit in? So Chandler Jones is on the right end. Max Crosby was on the left. So it's almost like they need interior linemen. Is Tyree Wilson an interior guy? Maybe not, but they could always bounce. Like Chandler Jones, I think, might be getting older, so maybe they bounce him inside. Ooh, what the hell? What the hell is happening? What is happening? Swift's not going to be a Lion next year.
Why?
That's what this is. What is happening? This is just selfish.
I am so confused by that pick. Like, okay, you let Swift walk next year. That's next year. You just signed Montgomery, who is a pass catcher.
Yeah.
So what happens to Monty now? They 50-50 split with Gibbs. I mean, it's going to be a three-way this year with Swift still. Like, the one guy I had on my team that I thought was safe at running back tonight, David Montgomery, and there goes that. I hate running backs for fantasy, and this is exactly why.
Yep.
Every year, half the league's running backs get shit on, and that's why I just can't put fantasy stock in them, man.
Oh, my heavens.
Not dynasty stock, rather. I should be more specific.
Yeah.
Year to year, you know which ones to draft, but in redraft. But on dynasty, like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Swift has left the chat swiftly. Goodness gracious. Oh.
Just
Swift exit Detroit.
That feels like such a stupid move to me. Like he's
the two best running backs
down the list of
the two
not only team needs but prospect rankings. Like he's way down the list. I don't know. That was a reach, bro, for no reason at all.
Yeah. All right. Here, fuck it. So I gotta let you out. Okay. No, you're going at the back door. You don't have to go at the front door. Shush. 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 Hey, wait. And my dog all excited to go outside.
Just makes no sense at all.
Man, there's so much. My blood pressure is just through the roof.
I just wonder, like, Jahmyr Gibbs has to be disappointed because he knows those other two guys are there. He's not, which means he's not going to get a workhorse role like you hope for.
Not right away. But at the same time, you can be excited because I think the idea. I mean, we've seen Montgomery lose touches to other guys before that aren't extremely talented, so that's something. and he barely stays healthy himself.
It
He
basically
always
just
has nagging injuries.
it just means
But it
Monty's
just
not
means
going to
Swift's
get
on the
any.
way out. I bet you the
Monty
Lions are getting calls for Swift now.
I'm gonna say probably Monty just won't catch any passes now.
All right, here's a funny. Okay, so with everything that's happened right now, Jahmyr Gibbs going to Detroit with Swift and Montgomery there. Bijan going to the Falcons with Algier. Two very crowded running back rooms. Who would you rather have?
Who was the
Swift
second one?
or Bijan?
Oh, Bijan.
Right? It's a weird one because like
But that
the Swift, we know it's just for next. If you're a competing team, it sucks.
the only thing
But
I
if-
can think of is they're already in talks with somebody for Swift, so they went ahead and
You
took
think they
him
have to?
there, and they're trying to trade back into the first round again to get something else. Well, they already pick at 18 again. Maybe they're trying to get a third first rounder with Swift or move that 18 up a little bit. I don't know, but that's crazy. That's the only thing that would make sense. If they don't trade Swift in this draft, then it's an even dumber move than I thought.
Do you think the Packers go leave us here?
I doubt it. If they don't, the Patriots should. Mac Jones ain't it.
No.
And if they don't,
but
Washington
Jordan
should.
Love is worse than both of them.
If he falls to 16, Washington should take him too. Levis. But then Hooker's still on the board. Do you give him a shot in Pittsburgh, or they?
I think it's a bit early. But I mean, if the Lions keep trading back, I think to keep
Hooker
getting
could
to
fall
take
to
Hooker in the 20th.
Hooker could fall to 19 to Tampa Bay.
What? Ooh, that could work for them because they're a team that's pretty complete. Like Brady came into an already stacked team,
Mm-hmm.
and they still have all the pieces. That could be interesting. That could be really interesting. Because the only other guy they have right now is that Kyle Trask kid, which I didn't hate. I thought he was just like a dollar store Josh Allen kind of a thing. Big guy, big arm, could scramble, but he wasn't really refined. But I mean, neither was Josh Allen his first year.
Well, our Oracle Derryberry says that the Packers are taking Van Ness, edge rusher. So
edge rusher, okay. I was just gonna look who Van Ness was.
From Iowa, okay.
Right.
And then
the hockey game's getting exciting. There's a minute left in the game, and we're down 1. Woo! We've pulled the goalie. It's exciting times here. Packers pick is in as well. Oh my goodness, exciting times happening around.
So, yeah, Packers picked Lucas Van Ness, so the Patriots are on the clock.
Jeez.
Huh. Dude, they should take – they got some holes too, though. I don't know if they'd take Levis here. I'm surprised Levis has fallen this far, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like I really thought someone would have. I really thought someone would have taken a chance on him. There's been, I mean, the 2 running back picks were a surprise for sure.
It feels like a lot of the hype around Levis has been maybe put out there by his agent or something. Is what it's starting to feel like.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that Gibbs pick. That just baffles me.
Swift, he has to be getting traded. That's just I thought they had so many more needs than that.
They do.
Like, I thought they could have taken someone like Van Ness or like a corner. I thought like their secondary needs some help, I thought.
Yeah.
Like, how many corners are left? Are there
But like even like Jameer Gibbs was a second.
Yeah, like Christian Gonzalez is still there.
He's like a second round guy.
Ryan Branch. Yeah, like
Gibbs,
there's
Gibbs is a
still a
second
few.
round guy. They reached so far for him for a spot they didn't have to fill this year.
So no, and that's just it. They didn't need to fill it this year, but to me, I think Gibbs is as valuable as an ETN was. Like, I think there's a lot of flashy, explosive parts to his game. Maybe not a bell cow back, but neither's ETN in my opinion. But like to see him go in the first, like late first, like this is high for him. I don't disagree. But if I saw him sneak in there, like at the very end of the first, I was probably gonna be like, yeah, that probably checks out. But this is wild. Both of these running back trades have been absolute nonsense. Shit.
Ooh.
All right, well, that's that game. Ugh. Damn it. We'll wait one more. Ugh.
Pittsburgh traded up. Pittsburgh traded with New England.
Ooh. What does
You think-
Pittsburgh need?
You think they
There's
end
a
up
team
with
I haven't
Levis?
looked at in a while.
They're already done with Pickett. They take Levis.
Maybe they try to like. There's so many weird things. Like to see San Francisco voicing calls on Lance, I wouldn't be surprised. Like because I don't think Green Bay sold on Jordan Love. I think they should be doing everything in their power to try to take someone else's garbage and hope it's better than theirs. Oh man, that's so tough. Goodness.
Who else would they take there? Broderick Jones, take an offensive tackle.
All right, so Steelers. O-line. They need O-line.
They need O-line bad. I could see
Badly.
Broderick Jones
That's what
being
they need.
the pick here.
That's what they need. Yeah, because he's the only.
He's
I
the
think
only
he's
one
the
left.
only of note. Like
He's the only
it's
one
gotta-
left until you get down like in the mid 80s as far as like grade goes. He's the only first round offensive tackle left.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly who it is.
Yeah, and the pick's already in, so you know who it is. Because I think the Commanders are probably were they worried the Commanders would have been the team in front of them that could have
possibly, or the
taken an
Jets
O-lineman?
to throw another blocker in front of Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the Jets had an okay O-line last year.
They're pretty
like
solid.
everyone, they're
pretty
finally
solid,
healthy
but
and
didn't they
stuff.
just have somebody get suspended or something?
Ooh, did they?
I feel like they had somebody that just got in trouble. Curious. Surely Pitt's taking that offensive tackle, man. That would help Najee and Pickett.
Oh, it would be huge.
Najee struggled last year because that O-line is so bad.
Well, that's just it. And honestly, Pickett wasn't doing what I think he needed to. So I think teams were able to just stack the box against him and just do their absolute best that way, right? So.
Yep, they took Broderick Jones. Called that one. Very cool.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. But that needed to happen. Like, because literally, you look at 2 of the previous 4 picks, all of them were like every single one of them was, or at least 2 of them in a row were offensive tackles, and then some surprise picks. So like, okay, we need to do this now.
They had to jump Washington for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that finally a pick that makes some sense.
Yeah, right. All right, back to the real world. Everything is good again.
I'm guessing the Jets will go on the defensive side of the ball here.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Christian
because they
Gonzalez is still there. I'd
have
be
so many
surprised.
wide receivers now. Like they really didn't need to bring in. Was it MVS they brought in? Is that who they brought in? No, who was the?
No,
Who they
they
bring
got
in?
Lazard and shit.
Because they sent Elijah. Who's the guy that got instead of Elijah Moore? They sent away Elijah Moore and got another guy from Kansas City. Who was that?
Mecole Hardman. God, a
Michael
brain.
Hardman. That's who it
Yeah,
was.
so they got Mecole and they got Lazard.
Which is
Christian,
so weird.
I could see Christian Gonzalez being the pick here for the Jets.
Yeah, I think
I
that's the
think
one thing I hate about Aaron Rodgers. He has horrible taste in wide receivers. Like you just happened along Devonte Adams, and you just love guys like MVS and Lazard, and it's like, why?
it's because that's
They
all the
suck.
options he had.
They absolutely suck. Yeah, but he like these are guys he wants to bring with him, and I'm like, why? They're guys you should run away from as fast as you can.
Do you think the Jets would go tight end? It's kind of the only offensive spot they're lacking.
I don't know if you need to pay a first round pick though for that. Like they're picking right in the middle. I think they could get a tight end at 2 in the second round.
I'm thinking Christian Gonzalez is going to end up being the pick here.
Because there's some really good tight ends in this class as far as upside. Like I think honestly they're mostly dart throws outside of Kincaid and Michael Mayer. Um, so I don't know, like, but I mean, I think you could just as soon go after someone like Luke Musgrave in like the 4th round, 5th round.
Yeah.
And he could be just as productive as an offensive weapon as the rest. But I don't know if the Jets want a tight end as an offensive weapon. They may want him to be a
Darnell
key.
Washington. They could grab Washington too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this though, my rookie pick in our league is 107. If Dallas drafts a tight end, that'll be my pick there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even need a tight end.
Well, the one thing I'm really curious about now, I'm really curious where Charbonnet goes now. So
Yeah.
I was pretty set with my 4th pick that I'm probably either getting Jackson Smith or Charbonnet. And seeing like Gibbs and Bijan go to crowded places, Charbonnet could really move up maybe ahead of Gibbs if he gets the right landing spot, which could be
Charbonnet's
really,
the one
really
I've been
interesting.
trying. I've been trying so hard to move up for a shot at Charbonnet, but I knew he wouldn't make it past you at 4 anyways.
Well, and that's just it. But and at the same time, like if I'm sitting pretty right now, if he doesn't go to a spot I'm totally sold on, I might move it. Like I know, like in our home league there we're in, Tony's got a bunch of picks next year. And I've kind of been the guy that's had multiple picks in the first round for multiple years. So it's gotten to the point like my team's starting to perform. So I don't know if I need them, but at the same time, to clear space and take first round picks, it's been a strategy that's been working. So it's like, why not keep doing it? But I don't necessarily need to do it. So
I will say there's only so many years in a row that you can draft that many first rounders before.
Right.
I don't have any more roster spots left, and everybody's 3 years or less in the league.
Right. So it's interesting.
But yeah, if all of these running backs go to stupid spots, I may end up with a tight end at 107, or it's one of these receivers that I don't want or need.
Or better yet,
just
if all these
value.
running backs go to slightly less than good spots and wide receivers go to good ones, I really think that could upset a lot of drafts this year, because I really don't think the wide receiver class is strong this year outside of Jackson Smith and Jigba. There's a lot of like Kadarius Toney types. Like there's a lot of so I heard someone talking about, who was it? Zay Flowers, similar to Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. Like Tyler Lockett almost exclusively plays there the slot. and really doesn't do anything yards after the catch. So everyone's saying Flowers could be a better version of that, which is kind of exciting. But outside of that, like it's people really need some good spots because as
I think
much
a
as
lot of
everyone's like,
people
oh,
really
look at Justin Jefferson.
A lot of people
Yeah.
really like Addison, and it's funny too because
Yeah.
a lot of rookie
And he's
mocks
got room to grow.
A lot of rookie mocks I've seen still have Quentin Johnston going super early too, and I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
They have
and
him as, like,
I
the
just can't
second
become
or
sold
third
on him.
receiver.
We've seen so many really talented wide receivers that our body can just fizzle out, like because they can't, if you can't separate and you have to body catch, you're not going to make it to the next level. You're just going to become irrelevant. You're not going to get very many. You're not going to make catches. You might get targets. You may not get catches.
Yeah.
So can't get points if you can't catch the ball.
Exactly.
So,
yeah,
but it's tough. So that could upset if some wide receivers go to juicy spots. People could reach for these wide receivers, and all these running backs in mediocre spots could be values. Like there could be a lot of these running backs going early second round because the first round's full of wide receivers of subpar talent in really good spots. So yeah, it's interesting just with the rate this has been going. Like it's weird. It's weird to me that Smith and Jigba's still there. Yet two running backs have gone to crowded places. It's absurd. But this happens every year. Weird things happen.
It's so strange, dude.
I mean, we should have seen it after Houston trade up to the third. It's like, all right, nothing. There's no rules.
It's gonna be one of
Anything
those nights
goes this year, right?
All right, the pick is in for the Jets. So
really curious to see what they do.
I love it when they show the war room and everybody's celebrating after they send their pick in.
No. Yeah.
I'd love to sit in one of those rooms one time during a draft.
Just be a fly on the wall, you know?
Just observe, yeah.
I mean, NFL.com says they just need, I think they said they want a D-line or offensive line depth because you can never have enough.
Yeah.
Which I guess is fair. So, I mean, they're fine at running back. They're fine at QB now. They're fine at wide receiver.
I think Dallas is going to end up taking a tight end, but I really wanted some offensive line in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
But that is pretty much gone as far as first-round talent goes at that position.
Yep.
What if Dallas took JSN if he keeps falling? That'd be funny. Imagine JSN and CeeDee Lamb on the same team.
That'd be pretty gross. You'd be so happy. Well, no, he's not Ohio. I was thinking it's the other Ohio. But yeah, Dallas fans would be super happy with that, man. Like someone's gonna get a steal here with Jackson Smith. Like,
yeah, he's already fallen further than he should have.
All right, let's try to predict here where we think he's gonna go here because he can't. There's no reasonable reason why he should be falling out of the first round.
The Patriots should probably take him, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It's a terrible spot for fantasy, but for real life, it makes the most sense right now of what's coming up. Washington won't take him, and then New England's next.
What about Seattle?
See, if he falls to Seattle, I could see that. If he falls to the Chargers, that'd be a best-case scenario for them.
Yeah. Like, it could be really interesting because Loggett's just getting older.
I think if he gets
put him on the opposite side of DK. Ooh, Chargers. That could be cool.
If he gets past New England, he'll either go to Seattle or the Chargers.
Chargers could be cool.
He won't make it past the Chargers. I promise you that.
Or the Vikings even could grab him. Jaguars, maybe. Jaguars love to have a bunch of whatever. Giants. Yeah, there's a lot of guys late. Like even Buffalo could use them.
Minnesota would be a cool spot.
There's some juicy spots here. Chiefs, if he falls to the last pick of the first, that would be so.
Imagine he falls to Buffalo.
Yeah.
With Diggs and oh my god, dude. Oh. There's so many just ridiculous spots he could land coming up.
All right, but if you had to pick one now, where is it? You pick one.
New England. I think they'll end up taking him at 17.
All right, I'm gonna go
sheer value.
I think I'm gonna go Seattle. What's your second pick?
My second pick is the Chargers.
Ooh, I was gonna pick Chargers. Okay, so if you took Chargers second, I think I will go.
We can both take Chargers second. I won't hold it against you.
I'd be happy with that. I'm happy taking Chargers both second. Man, that'd be cool. I could like him there.
Yeah, got a nice young quarterback throwing to him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so funny.
So
I guess people are.
This kid used his Make-A-Wish right. He did it right. I want to announce a pick at the NFL draft. That'd be me too if I was a dying kid.
Right?
That sounds really insensitive to say, but when I say it like that, that sounds really horrible. But so they took Will McDonald, edge. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's really funny. Everyone's saying Jalen Carter and Roger Goodell got their own handshake. It's pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, NFL loves the criminals, you know.
All right,
Joke.
Washington on the clock.
Carter, was it a DUI thing that he had? What was his thing?
I'm not sure. I don't even remember. I'll bet our boy Scotty, Fantasy Wish List, is watching very intently on this Washington.
Yeah, it was a car crash. That's unfortunate.
Washington has to go defense here, right? Or do they take Levis? Do you think they believe in Howell enough to skip Levis?
No, I don't think they believe in Howell at all. I think Howell is.
They're already saying he's the starter over who's the guy they brought in from Cleveland?
Is bad. Yeah. The fact that they're already naming him the starter, it's like yikes. How bad is that?
His name. They brought in the guy that covered for Watson in Cleveland last year. Who was?
He's the guy that fills in everywhere. He filled in the Patriots. They filled in for the Colts.
Jacoby Brissett.
Brissett. Yeah.
So they brought him in, and they're still saying Hal is the starter. Like, I'd be shocked if they didn't take Levis here.
They have Jake Fromm as well.
Like, they have to take Levis, right?
I think they could take. There's no O-lineman left, I guess.
If they don't take Levis here, Tampa Bay will at 19. I can guarantee it. There's no way he makes it past Tampa Bay.
Oh, pick is in. Fuck, that was quick.
Oh, yeah. Levis was still there on the board, and they said, please, God, take this as fast as possible to the podium. That was fast, dude. They ain't messing around in Washington. Now the Patriots on the clock. Let's see Levis and JSN go back-to-back here. Couple of interesting picks here. But see, here's what I don't understand. Detroit takes Gibbs at 12. They have a pick at 18 they could have got Gibbs at and could have got something else at 12. Something more valuable. So, like...
Yeah, like I feel like they could have got Gibbs at 18. I don't know what they knew we didn't know. Maybe they thought someone else was going there.
I just don't understand it, I guess. I guess I just don't know how to run an NFL franchise. If you're talking to me, you're muted.
Oh, okay.
No, I got my mom on the phone as well.
Oh, okay. All right, Commanders, who we taking? Maybe they take Christian Gonzalez if they don't take Levis. I'm just so surprised Levis has made it this far down.
Yeah, I really thought someone would have taken a chance on them. Like, maybe the Lions get lucky and can get him at 18. Like,
I just don't know how Christian Gonzalez has fallen this far either.
I know that that is who the Lions should have taken.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted a luxury pick like a running back or quarterback, you could do that at 18. And they still might go quarterback at 18 here.
Very interesting. Detroit could take our first tight end off here at 18.
Yeah.
With Mayer or Kincaid.
I mean, that's possible. Let's see, highest drafted tight ends. Let's see here. Oh, that was just last year. Oh no, they just broke it all up. So Cole Kmet at 2, Kyle Pitts at 4, Cole Kmet at 11, Hawkinson at 8.
I think Pitts at
Hayden
4 was
Hurst
the
at
highest.
25. OJ Howard at 19.
Yeah, I think Pitts at 4 was definitely the highest.
Eric Ebron at 10. Tyler Eifert at 21.
Ebron was number 10?
Yep.
What? That didn't work out.
That can't be right, right? Kobe Fleener, was that 2? The second round 2. Okay, that's why. Dyslexia, hell of a thing. Jermaine Gresham in 2010 at 21. There's an old name.
That's an old
Brandon
name.
Pettigrew at 20. Greg Olson at 31. Ooh, Vernon Davis at 6.
Oh, yeah.
Kellen Winslow at 6. Dallas Clark at 24.
They took a corner, but they took Emmanuel Forbes.
Jeremy Shockey at 14. Ooh, 2002 is year. Jeremy Shockey at 14. Dan Graham at 21. Jeremy Stevens at 28.
So
3 taken in the first round.
Washington just took Emmanuel Forbes. So what's wrong with Christian Gonzalez?
Yeah, there's like some weird draft day situation going on with him.
People just not realize he's still on the board?
Yeah, right?
That's kind of what it feels like. Like people just forget he's on the board.
Jeez. Yeah, dude's 4.3. All right, just looking up Christian Gonzalez here. 4.38 40-yard dash.
Levis continues
41.5 vertical jump. 11-foot broad jump.
Who's that?
This is Christian Gonzalez.
Oh.
6'1", 197.
Gonzalez and Levis continue to fall.
Mm-hmm.
And JSN are all falling.
Oh, man. This is nuts. The Lions could definitely go. The Lions do that here?
Well, Patriots pick is in, so they know who they want. Because that was fairly quick.
Well, I mean, geez, like, who do you want? Like, Levis is falling. Smith and Jigba's fallen. Like, Gonzalez has fallen. There's a lot of guys that seem to be sliding to them, so they're sitting pretty.
I don't think they'll take Levis.
But leave it to them to do a weird pick. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There it is. Christian Gonzalez. Finally.
Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it yet.
No. Oh yeah, I just heard your chime go off, so the pick's just coming.
Well, even like usually this will update before that, and this hadn't even updated yet. But yeah, Christian Gonzalez, they finally took him.
You know what? That'll be a good spot. Like
JSN
boys had a good defense. Oh man,
they weren't my first option for JSN. What if the Lions take? The Lions take Levis. to play after
That's
golf
You
is
can
done.
take Levis here. That's a good spot to get Levis at.
Dude, yeah, like let him play behind golf for a year or
Like-
maybe 2 and then just take it over.
Like,
Like, holy
I
crap.
don't see the Bucks passing on Levis if
No.
he's there.
The Bucks, I don't think the Bucks could
Like,
afford
there's not
to.
many O linemen. Are there much D linemen left?
I think there's a couple. Let's see.
Keon White, Georgia Tech.
Cansey from Pitt. Miles Murphy from Clemson. So there's a couple.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a few defensive linemen, but I don't know, man. This is going to be intriguing. I swear to God, if they take JSN, I quit. I just traded for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Watch them take JSN and just burn the whole draft.
And they have Jamison Williams there. Like, it's like
I could see after that Jahmyr Gibbs pick, I could see him pulling some crap like that.
Yeah.
But I think if they don't take Levis, I think they take our first tight end since they traded Hawkinson.
That's true. Didn't even think about that. I mean, Mayer kind of fits. No, maybe not. I think Kincaid's more Hawkinson-esque than Mayer is, just because he has that ability to block, but he moves really well.
Maybe
Hawkinson's not the most deadly runner, but he moves well enough to find space and to kind of shake guys.
Mayer's the better blocker of the two. Maybe that's what they prefer. Who knows?
Oh man, Levis is looking stressed. Oh, Mama's giving him a hug. Yeah, he's sweating.
God, he's fallen way further than anybody predicted.
Mm-hmm.
They thought all 4 of those guys would be in the top 10.
But remember last year with how bad that QB class was, and like none of them went. Like, when did Pickett finally go? Second round, third round, I think.
Second round. I think it was second round. And then the rest of them went like third day.
Yeah.
He was the only one in the first 3 rounds. Like, that class was shit, though.
Oh, it was.
It was so bad.
I mean, if you were to put Levis in that class, I really don't know if he's any better or worse than Pickett would be. Like, I haven't watched enough film on him, obviously, but just from what I've heard and being from a smaller school in Kentucky, like, I just feel like his value from after what we saw happen to Pickett them last year, I really think he'd be valued somewhere similar there.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I always feel like every
year.
If
he falls out of the first round, I wonder if everyone's going to rip the Texans for taking Stroud when they could have had Levis in the second.
Probably. But you can't predict that kind of stuff either.
No, you can't.
Because everybody had Levis going in the first round, so there's no way to predict that.
Like, Levis, for like a good part of the day, was favored to go 2. Like,
it's just funny, like, every year at draft time, there's like your high-profile QBs from the big schools, and then there's always 1 or 2 small school guys that come out of nowhere, and everybody's like, oh, they're pro-ready. They're one of the best in the class. And you're just like, nobody's heard of these guys. Why are they all of a sudden like top NFL prospects? And it happens every year.
Yeah, they got to sell something.
I always thought that was interesting. I didn't really notice it until the year Wentz came out, and then I started thinking about it. I was like, that happens every year. There's like a couple of small school guys that just jump way up draft boards at QB.
Mm-hmm.
All right, pick is in for Detroit. So let's see. See if they mess this one up too. I'm still just blown away by the Gibbs pick, dude. I just wait till next year and get you a pass catcher.
Yeah, because I really think that's going to bite them. Like, if they go corner here, I think everyone's going to rip them apart for taking Gibbs with their deal. Because I think you could have gotten Gibbs here and taken someone like Christian Gonzalez earlier. Like, I think that was a mistake.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Like, I'm sure Brian Branch is a fine player, but
let's see, where do they pick at tomorrow night? Oh, this thing's loading slow.
There's a lot of good corners in this draft, though. Like I'm looking Brian Branch, Joey Porter, Keely Ringo. Those ones immediately bounce off. I've seen them be good. I think this Garrett Williams guy is from
Dude.
Syracuse is pretty good.
The Lions pick 3rd in the 2nd round. They could have got Gibbs there.
Oh yeah, that was the pick they got from the tech. No,
They could have had 2 first-rounders at other positions and got Gibbs there.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, dude!
I know.
That
like
makes it even dumber.
Like it's a luxury, and it's I don't like that pick. It's gonna bug me. Like,
yeah, that pick really, that one was even dumber than the Bijan pick.
Mm-hmm.
At least the Bijan one made a little bit of sense with what they're wanting to do on offense, but
because like I said, it's the Etienne Robinson thing. Like you invested a 3rd, 4th rounder in Algier, so it's not like just a good depth, and he's more of a power back anyway. So like, he can do a bit more, but it's a bit of a luxury. But you have a stud in Swift, and then you've paid a guy in Montgomery, so it's like, what are you doing? Like
exactly, you're going to spend a 1st round draft pick on a 3rd running back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like I say, the only thing I can figure is they're going to maybe pair Swift up with that.
Wow, ESPN Analytics had a 1.8% chance that Will Levis would be available at pick 18.
Yeah, I can't believe he's fallen this far. Tampa Bay should be running.
They should be running to the phone.
If Detroit doesn't take him here, they should be running to select him.
It's gonna be so funny. I don't even know if they looked at him, because I didn't think they'd think he'd be here. They're probably scrambling, holy shit, what do we know about this guy? Why is everyone else passing on him? Why did we not look at him?
That's like that movie Draft Day when they're we didn't look at Bo Callahan because we didn't think we was gonna get him, and so they spend the whole day looking at. I watched that last night. I had to.
Yeah,
I was in the draft spirit.
I got today, so I always like to watch it before my drafts, when I draft for the year, just to get me in a groove and a rhythm. So
yeah, I was in the draft spirit, so I had to watch it last night.
Excellent.
I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because it's a good movie, but also love it because Kevin Costner's the perfect person to play that role too.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
This is he's perfect in that.
Right.
All right, Detroit, how are you?
On my thing.
Jack Campbell, linebacker from Iowa.
Okay. Man, Iowa State, Iowa. Yeah, it's the 2nd Iowa player drafted. The other guy was Van Ness.
Dude, he's ranked pretty far down. They reached for him too.
What is happening?
He's ranked.
He was the nation in 20. He was the nation's best. He won the Butkus Award. He was the nation's best linebacker, and he's a smart guy. Apparently, he won an academic Heisman. They're saying.
ESPN has him ranked 58th overall.
Yeah.
Dude, Tampa Bay should literally sprint with Levis on the card. I'd be shocked if they didn't take him here.
Right? Man, the Lions really like Goff. Good heavens.
I know, right?
Who's even Goff's backup right now? Do they have anyone there?
They had a guy that I think covered a game or two for him. I can't remember his name right now. He did all right in relief, but nothing special. Not someone who's going to take over for him.
Field.
Yeah, that's right. It's nobody that can take over the team if he if Goff moves on somewhere else. Bucks pick is in. Seattle on the clock. Here's the
I
first.
mean, I'm not surprised it's quick. It's just it should be who we're thinking of. Let's see it. Oh, here's that Seahawks on the clock. Let's see it. Jackson Smith.
Could be our JSN pick here.
Yeah, feel it. Feel it. Levis and then Jackson Smith. On to the Chargers. I already know who the picks are. Made them. Now we go on the next two.
So if JSN goes to Seattle, who do the Chargers take then?
Zay Flowers.
I've seen tight ends mocked to the Chargers.
That could be interesting too. See, I would rather the Chargers go second round, and grab like a Washington or the Musgrave. Like go grab one of those like high upside, purely offensive styled tight ends. Well, okay, Washington's not purely offensive style because that guy's a big animal and could really bully people.
He's a hoss and a half.
Yeah. So he could, just absolutely bully people. But yeah, if they did do, I wouldn't hate it if they went Kincaid here. I think that'd be something they'd want. Or they're gonna go Charbonnet because why not?
Right. Just pair him up with Walker. It's about time somebody else's running backs got screwed over besides just mine every year.
But they do have Isaiah Spiller still there, and I don't think he got enough work last year to really see what he was because I thought he was a good prospect.
The Chargers trade Eckler. That would be interesting. Ooh, Tampa Bay took
defensive end
tackle. What the frick? Cansey. Why would they not take? They must believe in Baker or Trask. Honestly, I'm excited to see what Baker can do with that team. Like a decent team with weapons and a line.
Is that where Baker is? Is he with the Bucks right now?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I forgot he was there.
They signed him to go compete with Trask, which I don't think he'll have any problem beating out Trask. But no. I am excited to see what happens with him on a decent team. If he fails with Tampa Bay, I give up on him too. I'm like me and Corey are like his only fans left, I think, in the NFL. I think if he fails with Tampa Bay, we'll probably give up on him too and just keep him in our hearts as an OU hero.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Seahawks. JSN still on the board. What if they took Levis to park behind Geno for a couple of years and then take over?
Not the worst. Wouldn't be the worst.
I've seen them mock taking Hooker on a couple because nobody thought Levis would be here. So
Hooker's definitely not going in the first year anymore, I don't think. Because, like, who takes him?
Yeah, Hooker won't go. If Levis is still there, Hooker won't go. Honestly, if Seattle didn't take him, nobody else needs. Well, Minnesota could still take Levis at 23,
yeah,
but otherwise, fair. none of these other teams even need a QB after Seattle and Minnesota. They both got older QBs that they could sit behind for a couple of years, but nobody else needs a QB up there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're down here in the draft because they're good teams and they likely already have QBs.
Yeah.
Like maybe the Giants.
Levis may end up in the second round.
Didn't they just extend Daniel Jones?
Yeah, they just extended him. They just extended Lamar Jackson today in Baltimore.
How much did New Orleans pay Carr?
I don't remember.
Was that a short deal or was it a long year?
It was a 4-year deal. I can't remember the money though.
4-year deal. Wow, I can't speak. 4-year deal.
Yeah,
is enough. Yeah, no one. Oh wow, like
Seattle or Minnesota for Levis, or he's day 2.
Yeah. And we did see today that Lamar Jackson signed, right?
Yeah, he signed today. Which it's nice to have that settled.
Oh yeah. Poor Levis, man.
I've been holding Huntley on the Dynasty team just in case he didn't sign, but now that he has, I can go ahead and get rid of that. Clear up a roster spot there. That'll be my roster spot for my rookie that I draft.
All right, so if it's not here, I really don't know where Levis goes.
Minnesota would be his last shot in this round.
Yeah, like looking. I'm looking at the second round already. It's Pittsburgh has the first pick in from Chicago in the second round. The Lions have the third pick. So Tennessee could get Hooker and keep him in Tennessee at the 10th pick. But Seattle's got another pick in there.
Levis might
Raiders
fall to
have another
Tennessee
pick
in the
in there.
second.
Well, it's tough because like the Steelers are there, the Lions are there, Rams are there, Seahawks are there again, Raiders are there. So like, there's enough teams before the Titans still, and then the Packers are there at 11.
What's crazy though is like they could all use him, but at the same time, I think they all just kind of want to stick with their guys right now.
Yeah.
Compared to a Levis, like, is it really that big of a, you know what I mean? To draft a QB and create that controversy, they might just pass this year. Maybe Tennessee tries to trade back up into the end of the first round here and grab him. Because they definitely, there's been a lot of smoke about them wanting a QB.
Well, if I'd say if Seattle, it's tough because if you trade to the start of the second and knowing that no one else is going to draft him, a team could easily leapfrog you. Well, you'd have to do it overnight. Like once this is done,
I bet Tennessee could trade up. I bet Tennessee could trade up to Pittsburgh at that first picnic tomorrow night and grab him. And it wouldn't even cost them that much to do so.
No.
To jump 9 spots in the second round, that wouldn't cost them very much at all. It'd be worth it because they need him. But they could still end up with Hooker even if they sat tight, I think. So just depends on which guy they believe in more, I guess.
Yeah.
Come on, Seattle. Figure it out. Or in honor of our Canadian friend. Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out. That's cool.
You ever see Letterkenny?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
seen it. I lived it.
Every time they say figure it out, I just crack up. It's so funny.
Yeah.
The hockey guys kill me too.
Oh yeah, I thought they did
with their trash talk.
Yeah.
Like that's great.
Oh, Levis is falling apart. Oh my goodness.
He is sweating bullets right now. He's like, what the fuck is going on? What is going on? Plug, what's up, buddy? How you doing, my guy? Thanks for hopping in here. We're just talking about what a shit show Detroit's draft has been.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. You know who still has the pick is LA. They're on the clock in LA. Pick is in. Let's see who it's going to be. Come on now.
Wouldn't that be something if they did take like Charbonnet or something stupid?
It would just fit this draft. It would just fit.
Dude, Plug, we're with you on poor Swift, dude. He's done in Detroit. I don't know if they'll trade him this year or just ride him out through his rookie deal till next year, but yeah.
But the other thing too, like I remember talking with you guys,
in a dynasty, and that hurts, man.
Yeah, but I remember when we were talking about rookies with you last week. A big part of it is like, where is there even room for running backs this year? Like, there's not really good spots anywhere. Like I think we were saying it was like Chiefs, Bears, Rams, where there are committees currently, but it's like they could use a guy. Like they need someone that's the guy. And then you got teams like Giants, Browns, Titans, Vikings, Raiders Chargers that have guys that are of age, so they're getting older, and they're looking for the next guy,
Yep.
and it's really tough. Like, so there's not great landing spots. There's all these selfish ones. Like, who is it? Like,
Well, like you said,
Lionside,
you have,
one's the last teams to grab one. Where's the other one here? Yeah, and the Falcons, I kind of had them in the middle, mainly because I thought they'd grab like a pass catcher. Like they'd go
Yeah.
and get an A-Chain or maybe a Jameer Gibbs in the second round, or
that would have made way more sense.
Kenny McIntosh from Georgia, someone like that.
Yeah.
So
That would have made
weird,
a lot more sense, but
right?
ugh.
But if anyone can make stuff make sense, that's why GMs get paid the big money, because they do the things that doesn't make sense and no one can make do except for them in their heads.
But this is also why every year, half the running backs at the end of the season on my roster, I got off waivers throughout the year.
Mm-hmm. Well, Seahawks got a bunch of people making this pick.
Oh, they got a whole flock.
Oh, the one girl got a bad knee injury, by the way.
That one dipshit.
That one
wore
kid,
black-
that one dude looks tiny.
It's the same guy that wore black pants instead of khakis like everybody else too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, he must be like 10.
That guy on the left end in the number 9 jersey, he's tall, man. Holy cow.
Yeah, the three guys on the ends are tall. Yep. Woo! Called it.
That's
Nice.
a good
Like,
pick for them.
That's a good spot.
That's a good spot for JSN
like that
to
a lot.
land.
I really like that a lot.
See, now I think he's pick 1.2 now. Like he has to go right behind Bijan Robinson now in rookie drafts.
I think if all your positions are even, like you need wide receivers the same amount you need running backs, I do think he's the second pick.
I think that landing spot jumps him over Jameer for sure, as far as rookie drafts go. Oh, sorry, puppy. Yeah, no, you were sitting there. I just accidentally.
But that's the weird thing, because we've seen Detroit running backs succeed, despite it not being we're a little worried at how crowded it is. I think people are going to see if they like them and they took them there, they're going to use them. You invested a lot of draft capital, you're going to use them. So I think
you're not going to reach for a running back.
I think people are going to talk themselves into it at 2.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The
The Chargers could still take a receiver here.
Yeah, like I said, Zay Flowers. Man, that'd be so cool.
I
didn't get the Levis part right, but if I got Njigba and then Zay Flowers right,
either Flowers or Addison, they kind of flip flop at number 2.
Addison could be good too there. But yeah, I think I think LA could do well, like the Chargers could do well to take a tight end somewhere.
We're getting so close to that Dallas pick finally.
Yeah, I'm jazzed I got that right. That makes me feel good.
I missed it by this much. Missed it by 1. But yeah, dude, I could totally see
for everyone for your 2% of the picks to be 100% correct. Follow at the FF Cockpit on Instagram and Twitter. I'm right 2% of the time, every time. I guess what pick was that? That's pick. That was pick 20. So I'm 5% right. Or I guess I got some earlier picks right, but it's whatever. It's yeah. First 2 picks I think were obvious, but then Anderson, once that trade happened, was obvious. Richardson was kind of obvious, and then everything after that kind of got weird and okay, like Carter to the Eagles, sure. Tyree to the Raiders, yeah, you can see it. And then just
Outside of
nonsense.
some of the obvious ones, Bryce Young, Stroud, Richardson,
Yeah,
Will
but the first
Anderson.
four, that's
The
how it
first
should have
four
gone.
were obvious. I had a
Yeah.
feeling on number 8. I was praying against it, but
Yeah.
basically knew that one. The only other one I got right just blindly was the Pittsburgh pick.
Yep. Yeah, you did. So, but cool.
So,
but
1%,
I don't know. So if we got
of
the
the time,
first,
I'm right.
so
100% of the time.
yeah. Well, think about it. So if you got, so that's 5 of 20. That's pretty good. That's 25%.
Yeah, I don't count those obvious ones though.
Well, you got to count them because apparently it blew up. They blew up everyone else's mocks.
Yeah,
El Kipper's raging.
That's actually 6 because you got the top 4 and then you got Bijan and then the Pittsburgh picks. That's 6 out of 20 then, if we're counting those.
There you go.
Not bad.
That's awesome. Whew.
Pick is in for the Chargers. I'd be shocked if they didn't take a receiver here.
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, what else do they need?
It'll be a receiver or a tight end, but I think they're good enough with Gerald Everett to pass on a tight end for now. They might take one in the second round.
Who did they add on defense again this year? They added someone again, didn't they?
Did they? I'm not sure.
Thought they did.
I wish I could pay as close attention to defense as I do offense. People don't watch fantasy football shows for defense, though.
Poor Levis. That guy's got to sit there knowing he's not getting drafted until tomorrow night now.
He's going to be the only guy in the green room tomorrow if Minnesota doesn't take him at 23. Mm-hmm. Or somebody doesn't jump back into the first round to take him here at the end. But why would they do that? If they can wait till tomorrow and move up instead, like saves them a lot of money on the cap.
Yeah.
But if they want that, it just depends if they want that 5th-year option or not, really.
And that's why I think it's so worth maybe just trade for the last pick of the first, because there's such a value. Like, yeah, there's a value to getting that 5th-year option. And it may not cost a lot to get the last pick in the first.
Gives you an extra year before you have to sign them to an extension.
Mm-hmm. Trying to zoom in on their draft board for the Chargers.
What did that say?
Tim Tebow. What?
He'll never go away.
I ain't fucking that.
I just heard yours go off. There goes mine.
Oh, they did go receiver, but they went the wrong one.
Oh, they took the wrong one, bro. Well, I know who Jason's taking at 105 now. He's a Chargers fan.
I fucking love that. They're talking about the incredibly long arms. The dude body catches. This dude could have a foot long arms and catch the exact same.
God, I can't. Why would they take him instead of?
He's the only. He's the best. Well, he's the most productive, typical big-bodied receiver.
I was gonna say he's the biggest one. I guess that's why. But man, looks like he's pretty good after the catch. Maybe that's what they like too. You're right. Even contested, he had This one highlight they just showed, he had 3 defenders in front of him,
Yeah.
and he still turned around and caught it right here. Like, let it fall down between them instead of going over him to get it. I think they're going to be pretty disappointed. You can get away with that in college. You can't get away with that in the pros, man.
Oof, that's unfortunate. Like, oh, that's tough.
It's just
But
one
it's
of
just it's the class. It's the class.
This
Like,
is one of a handful of oof moments in this first round so far.
yeah. Like, they got the position right, just took the wrong player.
It's not as big to me. It's not as big an oof as the Jahmyr Gibbs pick, still though.
No, yeah, no.
Nothing will top
Like,
that.
just looking at other big body receivers, like, there's nothing like Cedric Tillman, you can wait. Xavier Hutchinson, you can wait. Like, oh, it's just sad. That's sad. Yeah, damn it. It's sad. Oh, he could surprise. Maybe Keenan Allen will teach him how to use hands.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh,
honestly, they'll just be happy to have somebody that can stay healthy on that team at receiver.
But that's an example of a guy who's going to a decent situation where he got a boost in the draft. For people that like him, he's now got more value.
Well, like you say, Jason, he was already looking at receivers. He's a Chargers fan. I wouldn't be surprised if he took him at 105. I might have a running back fall in my lap. And now it's looking like I'm really going to freaking need one too, because holy cow. This draft has not been good to my running backs already. Man, oh man.
Taffy.
I just got to hope Tampa Bay doesn't draft one. And I got to hope the Vikings don't draft one when they trade Cook. Or not a good one anyways.
Ooh, that could have been a sneaky spot for one. Maybe that's where Charbonnet goes. Can you imagine?
I'd be so pissed if they trade Cook and then they draft Charbonnet and Madison's still a backup. Oh, I'd nuke our whole league on that.
Oh man, and it's funny because like thinking last week, it's like everyone was so stoked with this 2023 class, and it's like already I was a little down, and it's like spots aren't going great. Like JSN's got the first good spot, and it's like oof, like this is getting tough to watch. Just 2023 picks are just.
I may end up trading my pick. If someone wants it when I'm on the clock, I may end up trading it.
Yeah, it's like someone made the Big Short movie version of fantasy football.
Yeah,
everyone was investing too much in 2023 picks. It's unsustainable. There's
a lot of draft left though, and a lot of players. So there's still opportunities for some of these running backs and receivers to fall in good spots. Jason loves the pick. All right. Well,
if you're a fan and you love it, my buddies who are Chargers fans going like, "What's wrong with Flowers?"
Yeah, they should have taken Flowers.
Like exactly, like or Addison. That's where I thought they were going.
It had to be one of those two. I'm surprised they took Johnston over those two.
Yeah. Have we seen Corey yet on the screen here at the draft?
No, when they show the crowd, I try to spot him, but I have no idea where he's at there. He was gonna try to like get on stream and stuff, but last year was such a nightmare and it's loud as shit. We decided not to even worry about it. And then he texted me when he was on his way to when they were there, like an hour before we hopped on here. And he was like, I'm glad we decided not to worry about it because I am drunk AF. I was like, that's not surprising. He's up there with a bunch of buddies at the draft. I'm like, yeah. All right, Ravens pick is in. Minnesota on the clock.
Look at that draft board. Goodness. Can't even read a lot of that.
Minnesota would be the last shot for Levis
Fuck
tonight.
Kendre Miller. They don't view Kendre Miller very highly. What name is that? The background keeps getting blurry and then focuses and then blurry. Pick is in.
Jason said, a very good chance he will be on my team. He might take him with that 102 if Bijan goes 101, which Bijan should go 101, but he might take Quentin Johnson at 102 just to make sure.
I would love that.
Except I know he wants a running back really bad with that pick.
Yeah, he does. Well,
I know he was looking at Gibbs, and he's not going to want him now.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see where Charbonnet falls.
See where everyone's heads at. Yeah.
The rookie draft.
I think Charbonnet is the only one that could probably push Gibbs out of being the second running back because Gibbs is a great talent. I don't think A-Chain can. He needs to get a really good spot.
3, and then there's a clump of the next group with like A-Chain, Tajay, Kendre, Roshan,
Tank, those guys. But I think a lot of them are like probably going to be going in the. I think we could see a whole bunch of these guys going in the third.
Zay Flowers to Baltimore. Holy shit. Dude, Lamar Jackson's just getting all the weapons now. Andrews, Bateman will come back. Flowers.
I bet you that was part of the deal. He got to Lamar Jackson got to decide this pick. It was probably in his contract. He signed it today. I get to make the pick.
Yeah, probably.
Goodness.
I think that was probably part of the problem was like, if you're not going to get me any weapons, why would I want to re-sign there for less money than Watson got?
Yep.
So they showed some initiative getting him some weapons, and he's like, all right, I'll sign. All of a sudden, he's got some weapons there in Baltimore, man.
Yeah, Bateman, Odell, Nelson Aguilar.
And you still got Mark Andrews. What I hate about having all these good receivers all of a sudden, though, is Andrews' targets are going to go down.
Yeah, or he gets more. Like, he's a weapon that Lamar likes, and he's just going to get better coverage, I think. Like, he's just going to be more open. Andrews could explode. Maybe not in yards, but or catches, but maybe a lot more touchdowns because they have to respect everyone else on this team.
That's true. I still love Andrews as a fantasy tight end for sure.
Yeah.
There might be fewer targets, but I think they'll be, like you said, more efficient targets.
Yeah.
I mean, the last 2 years, Bateman got hurt, and it was just he was it. So all they had to do was double and triple team Andrews, and they couldn't throw the ball.
Yeah, you're just kind of force feeding them.
They got to keep Lamar healthy too, though. Backup QBs hurt Andrews this year.
Oh, this is going to be funny. This could be a Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson thing all over again. Like, yeah, Chargers take Quentin Johnston, and then right after, like, Baltimore takes someone like Zay Flowers, who could be that much better.
Yeah, I like that landing spot for him
and
a lot.
Back-to-back picks. That's 3 wide receivers in a row.
Yeah,
Seattle,
seeing
Chargers,
a little bit
Ravens,
of a run here.
Smith,
Minnesota,
Johnson, Flowers.
If Minnesota doesn't take Levis, I've seen them mocked receivers a lot, and Addison fits perfectly in here, I think.
Yep. How big?
Jacksonville will go defense, I think. What a night.
Right?
What a night.
Yeah. So Smith and Jigba, I think, makes an impact right away. First year in fantasy there with
Yeah,
Seattle.
I agree.
Zay Flowers is going to be a wait and see because as exciting as a player as he is, he's on the field with Andrews, with Dobbins, with Jackson just being himself, Odell, Rashad Bateman. So like that's a
I
very
was gonna say we
crowded offense.
need to
How the
see
hell
where
do
he
you?
falls in the pecking order.
Yeah.
He has the potential to end up the number one guy there over Bateman and
hmm
Odell.
Or like even if he's not the number one, he could be the most productive guy on that offense. Kind of
Yeah.
like a Mike Evans, Chris Godwin thing. Like we've seen,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
like Evans, I think will always be seen as the one there, but Godwin can be the more productive guy.
Right.
Um, so we could definitely see that.
We could see some interesting. You think the Bills grab Charbonnet at 27 or not since they got Damian Harris?
I think not because they grabbed Damian Harris. If they didn't add Damian Harris, I think he'd be a really good fit. Um, yeah, but honestly, I think there's. I don't think they go running back here because I don't. I think Cook has shown that he can be a flashier guy, and Harris can be bell cow esque. So I think they'd be better waiting to like the third round, grab someone like Atajay Spears, Tank Bisbee, Israel Abanaconda, Roshan Johnson. Like they can get, I think, good power backs that don't necessarily need to be pass catchers, but if they have those skills, they can find them. I think in the third round. I think the Bills will do well to grab any one of these guys in the third round, even Dwayne McBride. Um, so there's more than enough big bodied power type backs in this draft, which is what they've needed for the last few years. They have all these flashy little dancing backs, but it's not quite what they need.
It'll be interesting to see what the Vikes do here because I think the Giants and the Bills both end up with receivers
Mm-hmm.
if the right ones fall to them.
What
I
do
think
the
those are two teams.
Jaguars do? Defense?
I think Jags do defense. Yeah, I think the Bengals probably go defense also. I don't know. We're getting down to some interesting teams here that are going to start getting some luxury picks.
Right? Like if the Chiefs took Charbonnet,
Oh, that'd be wild.
or if the Eagles took Charbonnet,
That'd be wild too. Or the Bengals. The Bengals are losing Mixon. Like that'd be a
the
perfect spot for
Cowboys,
Charbonnet.
Cowboys could take There are some teams.
There's some teams that
The
could end up
Giants.
taking him.
So Saquon has not signed, right? I don't
Right.
think. So Giants have a guy that could be on the way out. Cowboys had a guy that left. Bills need a guy. Bengals, Mixon's getting older. Saints don't really need it. Eagles, guy left, and Miles Sanders. Chiefs have desperately been in need of something since Jamal Charles. So like there's some running back needy teams here that I think are probably pretty pissed that like these guys got greedy at the start of the draft with them. But
I think one of them will take Charbonnet, and then everybody else will just wait till tomorrow for running back.
Yeah.
Nobody else to reach for like that. But nobody expected Jahmyr Gibbs to be off the board by now either. So that's why I think Charbonnet ends up in this round.
Yeah.
But there's like 4 or 5 teams there that could draft Charbonnet, and it'd be a really good landing spot for him.
Mm-hmm.
And if that happens, if he lands on one of these teams, like he's the number 2 guy on rookie drafts.
Oh, pick is in. I missed that. The Giants could go QB as well. How much did they sign Daniel Jones for?
It was pretty lucrative, I think.
Was it? Damn it. Oh yeah, they committed to him. Okay. Oh, they just surrounded me.
I got to figure out a running back strategy for my dynasty team now. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, I think the Vikings have to try their best to replace Thielen here. And I
Yeah,
wonder if they go Jordan Addison here.
I think they need Addison more than they need Levis. They could wait
Yeah.
another year to draft a QB. I think Addison would be a perfect complement.
But at the same time, for the Vikings, like, are they expecting themselves to regress enough to get a better shot at QBs in the future?
I don't know.
I know like Cook's kind of on the way out. Their defense has been kind of regressing. So it's like,
they got a
other
lot
than
of
Justin
holes.
Jefferson, like,
Lot
yeah,
of holes
it's
on
almost
defense.
like they kind of need to retool. Like,
They need a lot of help on defense.
a lot. No, that you're right. They need a lot of help on defense.
I could
But
see
their
them
defense is
going.
really.
I could see
Their
them going
defense used to be top in the
secondary.
league like 4 years ago, and in the last 2-3 years, they've just been maybe middle of the pack if you're being generous.
Is Joey Porter still on the board? Maybe they go him here.
Madison, there it is. 4 wide receivers in a row.
Wow.
Just a run.
Well, we called that one then.
Wow.
I'm counting that.
Oh, for sure we are. Because like we said, as soon as Quentin Johnson went, we're like, man, this has to be.
Jordan Addison's
that's
just
awesome.
It was too. He just fell too perfectly there. I think
Yeah.
he'll complement Jefferson really well. Yeah, I think Jacksonville goes defense here though, and then we'll start seeing some more offensive stuff. I think Giants will go receiver. Cowboys will probably go tight end. Buffalo go receiver. Bengals could go running back. Saints might go defense. Eagles and Kansas City could go running back. I don't know.
Do the Saints need offensive line? I know there's not much left for offensive line,
Maybe.
but
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of first round stuff left for offensive line, but maybe
it was weird. It's a shallower year than there usually is. Like usually there's like 10 offensive linemen people love, but not this year apparently.
Yeah. Offensive line's pretty shallow this year. Ooh, I just got an alert. The Giants swap spots.
Oh, with the Jags? Oh, they did too,
Yeah.
didn't they? Oh, they moved up one. So what do they think? What? What do they want? What could the Jaguar? There must be a defensive player. Because, like, what could the Giants want?
Well, I was thinking receiver, but there's no receivers really that jump out right now.
Who's the next best corner?
Joey Porter, I think, is the best one left.
Brian Branch, maybe? See, weird. I don't know if they needed to jump them.
Either
they
Porter,
really have to like. They must really like one guy here, and they don't want. They must really like one, and they're convinced to literally move up one pick to be the next pick. That's you got to be sure that
it
they
has
want
to be
your
defense.
guy.
It has to be defense. Otherwise, they wouldn't jump Jacksonville because.
Oh my God! They have Jalen Hyatt ranked so freaking high on here. What the hell?
Jacksonville wouldn't draft a receiver here, so it has to be defense.
Man, who makes this draft grade for the NFL.com? Jalen Hyatt is the highest graded wide receiver in this class. How does that make any sense?
I'm using ESPN's draft grades.
Yeah, like I'm just looking at NFL.com, and they have a grade beside all the. What the fuck? That's so weird.
See, the next best one according to ESPN's grades is Mingo at receiver.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, the pick is in. That's wild.
It must be a corner.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's one of those defensive backs.
Or is there like one guard or something left? No guards.
Avila from TCU is the only guard that's left.
Yeah, there's no linemen that really look like, as far as the grades that stand out compared to
Nolan
others.
Smith is still available, outside linebacker from Georgia. Maybe it's him. He's the highest rated player overall that's left. Well, Kincaid. So Kincaid and Nolan Smith are the two highest rated left.
Yeah.
Maybe they want him. Yeah, Avila's and Torrance are the only offensive guards left up this high. And they got second round grades on them. Huh.
Oh, I guess there's one center. That's okay from Minnesota. This John Michael something. Schmitz.
It's been a fun night though, getting some trades in. I really thought we'd see Hopkins or Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, there's been no player trades, eh? That's what everyone was waiting on. Everyone thought that we'd see player trades.
I thought so too. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll get to see some player trades.
We're back in Kansas City, the 2023 NFL Draft. Two trades, and we just had another. Adam Schefter, what are the details? Well, Green, the Giants are trading the
All right. Tell us this Giants pick already.
It has to be a corner. There's nothing else.
They dragged this thing out so much for TV. It's just announce the pick when it's in, guys. I could do this whole show in 2 hours.
So they gave up a 5th and a 7th to move up 1.
To move up 1 spot? Wow. That feels like pretty good compensation for 1 spot.
All right, so they're saying that they thought Minnesota would have gone corner, and the fact they didn't is why the Giants traded up.
Yeah, so they're
making it sound like it's going to be a corner. I don't know. Everyone has the rest of these corners ranked all over the place. I really don't know which ones.
Probably Joey Porter.
Good stuff about a lot of them. People like
Banks.
Branch, but people don't know if the rest of the defense made him better. Joey Porter, obviously, being from Penn, he'll get some really good challenging looks. Same with Keely Ringo.
I'm assuming it'll be Porter. That's my guess, is Porter.
People like this Maryland guy too, Deontay Banks. He was the single bright spot, or one of the single bright spots on that Maryland defense.
He's the second best corner left, according to ESPN. It'll be one of those two. I'm assuming Porter, but it could be either one.
I think so. They have it on NFL. They got ranked as Branch, Porter, Turner, Ringo, then Banks. Yeah, they got Branch as the second best one. They had Emmanuel Forbes, whoever Washington took from Mississippi State, way down there.
ESPN has Porter, then Banks, then Branch.
Deontay Banks. That's who they took.
Nice. Had to be one of them.
Had to be one of them.
All right, Jacksonville's on the clock. I'll bet they take Branch or Porter then. I'll bet they want Branch.
Yeah.
Because I think secondary is where they're weakest, right?
Are there any pass rushers left?
Nolan Smith is outside linebacker is what they have him as here. Miles Murphy from Clemson. And Aduke Uzuma from K-State.
Poor Jacksonville. You go 9-8 and you pick this late in the draft.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Oh, another trade. Says the Bills are on the clock.
Ooh.
I don't show it here yet, but Sleeper's telling me, but I don't see it here yet.
No, I literally just saw it,
Oh,
so now
yeah,
it's down to
just saw it.
4:15.
Yeah, it just switched
the
over.
Bills
So
want?
yeah. Okay. Well,
Man, Jacksonville's probably giggling here. It's like, oh,
dude,
you're just handing us picks to move back one?
now the Bills are on the clock, and then the Cowboys. God, I swear to God, if we trade back two, I'm gonna be so sad. I wouldn't mind the draft picks, but I don't want to wait anymore either.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
You got all your picks out early. You're not sitting around waiting all night.
Yeah, no, really. But it's just because there's so many juicy spots for running backs to go. Like, okay, so because this is the funny thing, they
Dallas
jumped
won't
ahead of the
take a running back
Cowboys.
here. I don't think
So-
Dallas takes a running back here.
Well,
I bet
no,
Buffalo
but
wants a tight end.
maybe because that's the thing. I feel like it's an offensive player because it's like, I don't know, like Cowboys
they're
lost their
doing-
tight end.
They're
in free
doing the same
agency,
thing
and they
to
let
us
the running
like
back go.
when Philly jumped us a few years ago to get Goddard. I bet they just jumped us to get up and get the tight end they want.
Yeah.
Because Knox is not that good.
No. And like Dallas is a pretty busy wide receiver room, so I don't think they'd jump Dallas to get a wide receiver. Because
No.
Jacksonville wouldn't take a wide receiver.
There's no wide receivers you'd take at this point anyway.
No.
Derryberry's Kincaid, so
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be exciting.
somehow
if
he's been getting all the picks right all night before anybody else has them, and I don't know how.
He's got to be there. Is he in Kansas City? Where is he?
I don't think so, but yeah, that makes sense. That's why they jumped Dallas. Which honestly, I'm not mad if we get Mayer instead. I'm not. Either one of them, I would have been happy with.
Mm-hmm. And like Mayer is just fine. Mayer is completely.
I think Mayer
fine.
fits. I think Mayer fits our team better.
Like you can use him any what way. He blocks really well.
He's a better blocker of the two. He's the better blocker of the two, and the way Dallas is wanting to run the ball, I feel like Mayer fits our offense better. Anyways,
even just as an extra pass blocker.
But if they take Mayer,
like you have to respect him. He's a big guy, so like he can catch. He has good hands. It's just he doesn't run wonderfully. He doesn't look graceful and fast. He kind of looks.
Well, neither did Jason Witten.
No.
And look how productive he was. Like.
Well, and that's just it. So
Schultz
if anyone's gonna do it,
and he did good for a few years. Like.
Clunky. That's the word I was thinking of. Clunky.
Yeah, I always thought like Witten was a really good, but he was not the smoothest route runner. He was good enough to get open, which is what he needed to do, and he caught everything you threw at him. But he wasn't the fastest guy on the field or smoothest by any means. But I'm telling you, if we draft Mayer here, that's my 107 pick.
If this is confirmed Kincaid at Buffalo, I think he comes into the first round of rookie drafts easily.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and Mayer both.
Oh man, does that leave us his sister?
A tight end in Dallas is fantasy relevant. Is that who that is? Holy cow!
I don't know. He's got two good-looking sisters there. It looks like
they'll all be Instagram famous tomorrow.
Yeah, right. His mom's not bad looking either, too. I think Zach Wilson's gonna come sniffing around.
I know, dude. I wasn't thinking Zach Wilson, but I was thinking his mom's not bad. Like I'm getting old. I'm looking at the moms instead of the sisters. I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm getting too old. I'm like, the sisters are out of my league, but the mom, I could pull that one off, I think. Derryberry, you're right. You were calling the picks early last year too. You're like a freaking oracle or something. I don't know what you got over there, crystal ball.
Is he related to Goodell? Is he like his nephew or something?
I think he's just got like wiretaps in all of these war rooms somehow.
Maybe he's like the bastard son of Goodell, and like it's like part of his like severance or something from or an NDA. He's like, we will support you, and I will give you all the draft picks as they come in first, but you can't tell anyone who you are to me. Some House of Cards
I'd take that deal in a
conspiracy.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'd take that deal in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I need lifetime Super Bowl tickets or a box at the Super Bowl. Make up a fake company for me if you so please.
I would take season tickets to the Cowboys over a box at the Super Bowl.
You could sell the box at the Super Bowl for more than Dallas season's tickets, I'm sure.
That's true. I could sell that, buy tickets, and have some left over.
And then buy an advertisement at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kincaid. I like it.
Yeah, I think that sneaks him into the back end of round one.
He could like honestly some of those. So I don't like Quentin Johnston's spot, but Jordan Addison to Minnesota is interesting.
Yeah. That's
So
a
I
really
really
intriguing
think
thought.
so. After Jackson Smith, after possibly where Charbonnet goes and Jordan Addison, I really think if you want a tight end, you could go as early as 6-7 there with Kincaid.
Well, because guys like Kincaid and Mayer, they're not Kyle Pitts athletic, but they're the kind of tight ends that come in like your Kelsey and Andrews.
Well, that's just it. He's not. No one is Kyle Pitts athletic, but I mean, we're looking for the Kittles, the Kelseys,
the tight end for years.
Yeah, and I think he could be that. And Buffalo is as good as a spot as you can get.
And I actually prefer Mayer for our offense to Kincaid. So them jumping us and taking Kincaid doesn't make me mad. I was mad the year Philly jumped us and took Goddard because I wanted Goddard bad.
Yep. And honestly, I would in rookie drafts, I would sooner take a chance on Kincaid than Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
Like no question.
Same.
Like even with as good of a spot as the Chargers is for Quentin Johnston, it's just I just can't. I can't ever see him being a really good wide receiver.
What's funny is
in my head now.
I'm super deep at tight end in our league, but if Dallas takes Mayer here, like I have to draft him at 107. I don't think I could even pass it. Unless something crazy happens and someone falls.
That boy's in for some cold. He's from Nevada. Hope you like snow. Yeah. Just saw where Kincaid's from. I'm like, oh boy. Gotta remake the Terrell Owens video of doing sit-ups in his driveway.
Kincaid was cheesing, man. He's like, I got a shot at a Super Bowl right out of the gate.
Right? That's a big winning smile right there.
These are the teams that people want to get drafted to here.
Yeah.
At the top of the draft, they're like, oh, okay, we're going to have to put some work in. But these are the teams people are like, all right, I'm going to go in and be competitive right away. Buffalo's a dream spot for Kincaid.
Yeah. Oh, they're still deliberating. I love how different the Dallas draft room is.
Oh, no, it's all dark and fancy, and everybody else is in these bright light, just boardroom looking.
It looks like the Legion of Doom.
It does. It looks so different. You know Jerry's going to go fancy being on national TV.
Yeah. He's like, who is the flashiest pick here? Who is flashy?
He's like, everybody hates us, but we're going to have the best damn war room on TV.
Will Levis is falling. He's a good value. Draft him. Yes. There's Will Levis. Yes. He was supposed to be second, and we get him here. Great value. I will be heralded for this.
I wouldn't be mad if they took Charbonnet either.
Yeah. That could be great.
Him or Mayer
Actually,
are great picks here, I think.
you know what? I'll give NFL.com. They've been doing some decent comps. Like they haven't just been throwing them out. So they just compared Mayer to Witten, and I'm like, that's as close as a comp as you can probably get.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing here on ESPN.
Yeah. And then the other one they did was it Addison and Tyreek Hill, which I thought was fair. Guys, that because Addison got to play both on the inside and outside from when he switched from Pitt to USC. So as much as he wasn't as productive at USC, he was playing almost exclusively on the outside, which I thought was good for his, like, at least his draft profile. So
I guarantee you Dallas was looking at Kincaid, and then Buffalo threw a wrench in. That's why they're taking so long to deliberate here. Do we stick with
Yeah.
Mayer or do we go somewhere else? Don't
Mayer's
overthink.
hair looks weird. Do you think he dyes his hair? Like it looks dark and then it looks gold on the outside. He
Yeah,
looks like he looks like in every rom-com, he's the first boyfriend that mistreats the girl and then he loses her to the handy craftsman. He's like
Totally
the first
does.
boyfriend in every Hallmark movie.
You're so right.
Sorry,
dude. You're so
sorry,
right.
babe. I have to sell these stonks. I'll get back to you in our cottage weekend next weekend. Click, and then
You're
I
so
can see
right.
it.
The pick is in.
Oh, they're excited. That's fun.
They're very excited.
I always think it's funny how like it's just super stale up until the pick is submitted, and then they're cheering, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you already know who is available. Because I thought people would be like cheering, like, yes, let's do this, let's go.
I was say, as soon as they go on the clock, they should be like, ah.
Yeah. Oh, it's just funny.
Much improved, obviously, each of the last 2 years under Dan Quinn. Is there anything on the defensive side that you could see they might do as we continue to speculate about the possibility of the tight end?
All right, does Jacksonville trade back again?
Wouldn't that be something?
Right? I mean, if they trade with the Saints, that'll be the 5th team to own that pick.
That'd be crazy.
Especially in their division against Philadelphia, maybe defensive tackle makes sense. I just don't know who. Who's the player that came in and it was kind of like a chess piece. Okay, we talk about Michael Parsons, edge, linebacker, they blitzed him. Any range force free. That was like Michael Parsons. So maybe they get another chess piece like that they can move around. I mean, big guys just make more sense. Only because look, I told Jason Kelsey in the hotel this morning. I said, look, it was unfair what you were doing to people down the stretch, dude. I don't know what you're doing as far as your training regimen. Give it to me. Whatever, give it to me. So I don't know, maybe defense
Will leave us.
we're going to find out now. The Cowboys
I'd be so pissed.
Ooh, interesting.
Defensive tackle. Okay. I don't know anything about that guy.
Cowboys select Ozzie Smith, defensive tackle, Michigan.
6'3", 323 pounds. He had the 2nd highest athleticism score at the combine for a D tackle.
Now, I will say
It was
this.
the 3rd ranked D tackle.
I'm not surprised that they want to shore up the defense even more. I don't dislike the pick. Mayer would have been fun.
He might be a little heavy.
Mayer would have been fun.
323.
But honestly, I don't think Jake Ferguson is a bad option, which we already have on the roster. And maybe that's the way they're looking at it. Jake Ferguson was one of the best tight ends in last year's class.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed flashes this year when Dalton Schultz was hurt and stuff. Like
he did 34 bench reps at the combine, this guy, Mazzie Smith.
They want a big time middle of the line. I don't know. I like what I see on those highlights they just showed. All right. Defense it is. Honestly, I don't hate it. Anything we can do to make our defense just one of the best in the league, I'm okay with.
34 bench reps.
But tight end is deep. We could still take one tomorrow night, you know?
Yep. So, because last year, the most amount of reps done by any player was 29 at the combine last year. This guy, Matthew Smith, did 34.
Shit.
Yeah.
Did he do the most?
Thibodeau only did 27.
Did he do the most this year?
He might have. Let's see. Come on, show me. Show me this year.
You're looking at the McCrispy. It's got that, hey, give me a bite taste. And it's perfect with stolen fries and crisp Sprite. The McCrispy. So juicy, so...
Holy shit. I didn't realize Jerick McKinnon had the bench press record for running backs at 32.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that either. I would have guessed a lot of guys before Jerick McKinnon.
At 5'9", 209, he did 32.
Good Lord.
It's pound for pound one of the best combines, like best bench press performances.
I would have guessed at least 50 guys before I ever guessed Jerick McKinnon. Maybe more.
Goodness gracious.
They want a guy that can get up there and disrupt that line, though, in the middle. I like it.
Damn it. I think it might have been the most this year. Here we go, bench press 2023. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, Jacksonville's pick is in, so they're not trading again.
There's a few guys that did 30. I've counted at least 3 30s, 2 29s. Yeah, so he had the most at this year's combine, 34 reps. It was the only thing he did at the combine, though. But I mean,
I'm going to fuck everybody up on the bench, and I'm out.
Yeah, at 325 pounds, though, like he might be a touch. I think they'll condition him down.
Probably. But he looks like he's got the potential to be a serious disruptor in the middle of that D-line for us.
Oh, yeah.
With that strength, like, holy crap. And with the way the running backs are going, you need somebody strong in the middle, run stuffer.
Oh, yeah.
But if you can pass rush from the middle like that, too, and not just the ends, like that's going to be huge. I like it. I do. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, I think Jake Ferguson's fine, even if we don't end up drafting a tight end tomorrow night. But there's still a chance we do. But I'm not brokenhearted that we didn't draft Mayer. I just expected that.
Man, the Lions could get Will Levis at the 3rd pick of the 2nd round.
That'd be crazy. So we got 5 more picks tonight to announce. I think the Bengals take Charbonnet here just to lock up their running back.
Right?
It's kind of the biggest hole they have, but they did lose their safeties. So Maybe they
That's
take.
I think
Maybe they take
yeah.
Branch.
Yeah.
Wasn't that his name?
And
Branch.
yeah, Brian Branch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of as much as there's a lot of corners left. I honestly think you can use your first 2 picks, both first and second round on corners because there's enough of them. Just like sure that up. Darn, who's that girl now that's with Levis? Oh my goodness, that's the third
probably
different girl that's been with him.
his girlfriend because she doesn't look like the rest of the family.
No,
That must be girlfriend.
good for him.
Anton Harrison, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. Boom. We got a Sooner in the first round, baby. I like it. 4 picks to go tonight. It's been a fun night, man. This has been an interesting draft. A couple of bonehead moves, but for the most part, very exciting.
Yep. Oh my God, it's 11:30. I might have to head to bed.
We're almost done.
There's so few. Goodness.
Almost done. 4 more picks,
4
and you can
picks,
pass
let's
out.
go. That could take 20 more minutes.
We won't be streaming tomorrow night, so.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Tomorrow night, I'm going to kick my feet up with a beer and watch the second and third rounds.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, if everyone's taking 5 minutes on these picks, that'll be another 20 minutes. Come on, everyone. Do stuff. Has this guy even celebrated yet? Does he know he's got drafted?
He doesn't look like it.
Yeah, right?
He still looks like he's waiting. Unless this is a replay of when the call came in.
He's got like a really late draft stream. Yeah, because everyone's been putting on hats. He didn't put on a hat yet, so.
Yeah, he's either really delayed or something's going on. Maybe the Bengals pick is in. These later picks, they start picking up speed a little bit.
Yeah, that's the hope. Unless guys want to sneak in here, like this is where someone could sneak in, try to get one of these picks for Will Levis.
Yeah. I could see the Eagles trading out of their spot.
Yeah.
They're kind of the new Patriots as far as trading back goes.
Well, like, I feel like anyone can trade back out of here because there's not any real exciting players unless you need a running back, or a quarterback. Like everything else, like I feel like you can just afford to trade back a little bit and just. Good number of trades tonight, though. Goodness.
Yeah.
Like at first glance, how many picks are affected by trades throughout the year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so far 15 of 31 picks have been affected by trades.
Yeah, not all of them tonight, but yeah,
Yeah.
Some of them have moved hands like 3 and 4 times. Like
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There's been 23 total trades of picks.
Here comes the Bengals pick.
In the first round.
Miles Murphy.
Oh, yeah, Clemson. That's fine. That's not bad.
They'll end up with a running back tomorrow night, though.
Yeah, like I really think a lot of these teams are going to make a run in the second, third, even fourth round on running backs, just because it's a really deep class and
running backs and receivers. Because the receivers that are left, like the good ones, are gone.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of guys, and it's like you'll see a bunch of those go probably more fourth and fifth round on the receivers.
Yeah, like some later receivers, I'd be excited to see where they go, like Cedric Tillman, Xavier Hutchinson, Parker Washington. Um, who else is on here? Rashi Rice. Like, there are a few guys that I think could really impress in the right places. Like, they may not explode right away, but they'll just come on, and once they get a spot, probably won't give it up.
Yeah.
So,
what do the Saints do here? Defense?
yeah, I
Or
think so.
defense or offensive line? I don't think there's a lot of offensive line left though right now.
No, there's not.
They'll address offensive line tomorrow night, I'll bet, and go defense here.
Wide receiver.
They might grab Branch.
Yeah.
Or Banks. Did Banks go? Yeah, Banks went.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Banks went to the Giants.
Porter's the other one that didn't go. Porter and Branch are the best two DBs left.
Come on, guys, let's go. 3 more.
Like I say, the Eagles and Chiefs both need running backs, but they'll both wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, I really think Charbonnet's the only one that should go here, but I mean, I don't know. ETN snuck in at the end of the first, and so who knows?
If someone's going to take Charbonnet in the first, it'll be the Eagles or Chiefs because it's a total luxury pick for them.
Yeah. Well, because it's kind of thing, when you're at the end of a round, you're not picking to the end of the next round, so it's kind of like, well.
Yeah. Like it's a need, but it's not a dire need.
Yeah.
So it's like, might as well just take your guy. I don't think, like, if Philly takes Charbonnet, I don't think the Chiefs will draft one of the other running backs.
How many freaking picks do the Lions have? Good heavens. So the Lions pick at 3 in the second round, 17 in the second round, 24 in the second round.
Did they get all of those from the Hawkinson trade?
So they got 3 they got from Arizona. 17 is theirs, and 24 they got from the Hawkinson trade, Minnesota.
From Arizona? What'd they trade with Arizona?
I don't know.
Oh, it was probably when Arizona traded back up.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I forgot about that.
That one. Yeah.
Yep.
Fresh one tonight.
Totally forgot
who
about
else is
that.
up here? Packers pick at 11 and 14. Steelers pick at 1 and 18.
I think Dallas picks late again in the second, third. We traded our compensatory picks for.
Seattle's got 2 picks tomorrow too.
Really?
At 6 and 21.
I'm real interested to see where Levis and Hooker both end up.
Yeah, because it's like Pittsburgh at 1, Lions at 3, Seattle at 6, Raiders at 7, Tennessee at 10, Packers at 11, Falcons at 13, Patriots at 15, Commanders at 16. So, like,
dude, the Titans could end up with one of those guys falling to them still.
Well, and that's just it. If all of them are there at 10, it goes Titans, Packers, skip the Jets, Falcons, Packers again, Patriots, Commanders, Lions, Steelers, Buccaneers, Dolphins, Seahawks.
So there's a bunch of teams. There's no way both of them make it through that.
Like, there's so many teams there that could, in multiple attempts for some, like the Packers and oh my heavens.
Yeah, there's no chance that they both make it through all of that.
Because, like, I don't even know if Miami knows what their situation is. So, like,
yeah. With Tua,
who knows what Tua's doing?
I mean, they could sneaking one of them out of there. Wouldn't that be something?
Right? Well, and that's just it. Pick is in for the Saints.
That'd really be something if Miami took a quarterback.
Even just because, I mean, I don't know, Hooker could be a good insurance pick to Tua.
All right, Saints. Who you got? Who dat? Who dat pick?
Is Levis really the only one left in the green room?
I think so. Because they didn't have like 30 players back there. They only had like 17 or 18, I think. So I think he's the only one left back there right now. Nobody expected him to fall this far.
No. Oh, Brian Branch is there. I'm just reading through who the 17 invited to the green room were. So Brian Branch.
Branch is there. I could see him going right here.
Paris Johnson Jr., the offensive tackle, got drafted, right?
Yeah.
He did. Okay. So yeah, it's Branch, Will Levis, Joey Porter Jr.
Oh, Joey's there?
Yeah.
He's still available.
Keon White still there? I think he is.
Brian Breesy, defensive tackle from Clemson, went to the Saints. So they went defense. They just didn't go the part of the defense I thought they would.
Interesting.
So now
so there's at least 4 guys there. Keon White.
At least Levis won't be sitting there alone tomorrow night.
Yeah, right. Porter Jr.
I'm surprised at some of the ones that are still there, though. The guys in the green room that didn't get drafted. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah. Oh, so Brian Branch is actually a safety.
Yeah.
So that's what he is. NFL has him just tucked in there with all the cornerbacks. So
they got him at safety, and then Porter at corner. My stream just glitched, which means it's going to be behind even further now. It's the first time it's done that all night, but now it's going to be further behind. Two more picks. Round 1 is over. I fucking love the draft.
Mm-hmm. Has begun.
Do what?
Hopefully he's healthy now and he's in a good space mentally to where he can really hit the ground running. Because last year, at different times, he looked like a shell of himself. He looked like somebody who really just needed to get the season over, get the training, and get himself right. You know, to me, it brings a lot of speed versatility because you can line him up at the 1 technique, which is right over the center. You can line him at the 3 technique over the guard. So New Orleans can play him anywhere they want to.
Wonder if they'll take Charbonnet.
Yeah, if this they make it look like the pick is in. They're all high fivings.
If they don't take Charbonnet, what do you think they'll do here?
The Eagles?
Like, what needs do they really have?
like defensive depth, I guess. I really don't know. Like, didn't they lose an edge rusher this year?
Yeah, they were just showing here best available Mel Kiper. Nolan Smith is still there. I forgot about him.
I feel like the Eagles lost a lot of guys in oh yeah, they need D-line because it looks like they lost never mind. Hold on. Who did they lose here? Defensive tackle Javon Hargrave. They lost CJ Gardner-Johnson, linebacker TJ Edwards. So they've lost a few good spots.
So probably good defense here then.
Yeah. So they could use a D lineman, a running back, a linebacker, just depth pieces really for whatever they think they can improve or add depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to be a quarterback or a wide receiver. I can tell you that.
No, it won't be that. That's for sure. You know what would be interesting for the Chiefs if they took Mayer?
What if they
took
in the second
Mayer
round
to replace Kelsey?
I think Washington, the tight end, not here, obviously, but in the second or like later rounds, the tight end Washington go here. Have that guy as the second tight end for this team could be really scary.
Oh, for Philly.
Yeah.
Well, I was just saying, like, if Kansas City, what if they grab a tight end here to be Kelsey's successor?
Mm-hmm.
Because he's 34.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
Mayer could work there.
That's a possibility. Mayer would be a really good successor to Kelsey. That'd be intriguing. It'd be more of a dynasty long play. Have to wait a couple more years, but could be really fruitful after that.
Yeah.
NFL draft. Dallas Cowboys select. Ozzie Smith. Let's go, man! Let's go! There you go! 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 Look at the text, man! Damn, what a lucky down, man! Damn, what a lucky down!
You watching reaction videos?
Yeah, it's Micah Parsons responding to Dallas's pick.
Of course, he's going to get jacked up about a defensive pick.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Mr. Micah Parsons? You never say you have too many defensive linemen.
Yeah, so he likes the Ozzie Smith pick. Apparently he was texting Dan Quinn about it today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just gonna say, like, it sounds like he's on the phone. Yep, pick is in.
You're right, though. Like, all of those draft rooms look so boring compared to Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
They look like classrooms. They're just like a whiteboard and just a bunch of tables.
Oh shit! I forgot the Eagles added Jalen Carter at the start.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I mean, that replaces Hargrave. I mean, they could still add another D lineman or a linebacker. It's got to be that. How many more linebackers are there? I feel like there hasn't been too many linebackers.
There's a pretty highly graded outside linebacker left they could grab. Nolan something. Nolan Smith from Georgia.
Okay, is he an edge guy?
Just as outside linebacker, I'm not sure.
I mean, Keon White's still there from Georgia Tech. Nolan Smith from Georgia, yeah, he's there.
But as far as ESPN goes, like Nolan Smith is the only guy still in the 90s left on the board outside of Levis.
As far as edge rushers go, Keon White's the only one in the top 6 that hasn't been taken yet, and he's in the green room.
So could be either one of them, Smith or White.
Come on, last couple picks. Let's go.
Chiefs are on the clock. Last pick of the night.
Oh, it's those guys. Wait, what? Are these guys from Texas? Aren't the Dude Perfect guys like Texas boys?
I'm not sure. I think it's funny Donna Kelsey comes out for the team that didn't win the Super Bowl.
But it's funny because, yeah, to have 2 kids in the Super Bowl is pretty cool.
I guess Jason got to come out with the trophy, so the other Kelsey boy gets a
They got him a coin.
and the Eagles on the other. If your boys are playing at the same time, all you have to do is flip it, and it takes the decision out of your hands. All right. Try it. Let's try it. It's Travis to the Chiefs! Good news. With NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube and YouTube News TV, you don't have to make that decision and watch these boys at the same time. Great. You ready to do this? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see who's going to be joining Jason and the Philadelphia Eagles.
With the 30th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Nolan Smith,
Nolan Smith,
linebacker, Georgia.
He was the highest rated left on the board. Like, if you're the Eagles, you have to take value, right? Take the best player available.
As they're just bringing the entire Georgia defense down there, including two defenders from that Georgia D tonight.
Of course, he's excited. Hey, Super Bowl
Yep.
right off the bat. All right, Chiefs.
Along with a great combination of veterans already along the defensive line. This team, I'll tell you what, they're doing some work, man.
Last pick.
That is for sure. They're saying we're going to bring people in waves. This guy plays so hard and he's so fast off the snap.
Let's see what happens.
As far as pad level, and you know just how
Pick somebody exciting for the last pick of the night.
Right?
Do something
Oh,
exciting.
man.
Let someone trade up here for Levis. something crazy. Don't want to end the night on a whimper.
It's unfair, almost what they're putting together up front. He's got the best bend in the draft. Talk about the Von Miller like being around the corner. He runs the art, meaning when he gets to the top of this pass rush, he can bend the corner and get to the cornerback. That's what he's saying.
Jeez.
He's got to get accountable. The speed rush.
Of course, they have Pacheco at running back. What if they took like a chain or something like that as a receiving back instead of re-signing McKinnon?
Yeah. I was thinking about something like that too. Like I thought,
I think it's too early for that.
Like Kenny Mack, I think it would be. I was thinking Kenny McIntosh would be a good fit for Kansas City to take in the third round, maybe. He was the receiving-ish back from Georgia this year. Looked really good in the open field, caught well, but similar to what James Cook was last year. Just I think he runs a little bit better up the middle than James Cook did, but I do think he's better as a kind of a third down back.
I could see him taking that Keon White or Branch here, maybe.
Yeah.
They'll go defense, I think. I don't think there's any receivers left that they'd want here.
No. Yeah, not really. Yeah, the big ones are already gone.
Yeah.
So
Plus one crap one in Quentin. Well, they got to bring the Super Bowl trophy out for the Chiefs pick.
right. Oh, that's cool. You see the two Lombardis with an open Lombardi podium there?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
Well done.
cold-blooded. That's
Yeah.
cold-blooded.
It'd be so funny if they traded the pick, all this theatrics for nothing.
That would be so funny. God, my TV stream is struggling all of a sudden. It's been doing good all night until like the last couple of picks, and now it just keeps hitching. I don't know what's going on. Come on, Chiefs. You've had all night to think about this. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Get on with it.
Yeah, me and Corey's friend who lives up by Kansas City. He went up to go to this with him, and he's staying the night at his house and stuff before he comes back tomorrow. So my brother and my friend are still there because they wouldn't have left before the Chiefs pick.
Yep. Well, that's when it's going to be the most rowdy.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like a lot of people have left at all because 95% of the people there are Chiefs fans. Some people might leave after their team picks, but Andy Reid with the award for most underdressed of the night in any war room.
Right?
You see people in suits or just button-up shirts and ties and what have you all night long, and then there he is in jeans and a Hawaiian shirt.
Love to see it.
I think Andy Reid is my spirit animal.
Right? He's just you just bid him well.
The pick is in.
All right, this is it. To finish it all off.
It'd be wild if they take Charbonnet here.
Right?
I keep watching for Corey every time they put the camera on the crowd, too.
Right?
Haven't been able to spot him yet. Too many people there. I got a feeling they're pretty far back, too. You probably had to get there at 8 o'clock this morning to get anywhere up close. I don't think they got there till like 3 or 4.
Right, let's go. Pick it in.
No kidding. Let's do it already. They got to string the broadcast out till 11.
Right?
Maximize all the camera time, all the advertising time. Or I guess it's midnight for you.
Yeah, getting pretty close. Oh, wrong one. That one's 460.
Come on. They're literally they're talking and showing the crowd. Like, this is not productive.
Mm-hmm.
Show us what we want to see.
This is not productive usage of time.
I can see them go corner here. Or what was the guy I was talking about? The other edge guy, Keon White.
Keon White, yeah.
Yeah. Go something defensively. See, as much as they need wide receivers, there's really no one.
I'm guessing
left
it'll
that's worth taking
probably
here.
be White or Branch, just value.
Yep.
We're so close.
Get on with it.
Duke Uzuma.
Defensive end.
I heard,
Cool.
I heard him talking about him a second ago, being from Kansas City originally and stuff. Like that's a cool luxury pick /
Yeah.
like
Keep a guy at home.
come home story. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Nice.
I can get on
Kind of
board with that.
like when James Conner, who was at Pitt, got drafted to
Mhm.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Plus, I mean, you can never have too many edge rushers. So
No, definitely not. Well, like look at Buffalo. Buffalo would just like run. They almost have first and second team. They just run them out. Like, all right, next one, run as hard as you can. Cool. Come back, do it again.
Dallas has started doing. We got some depth now in the D line. You can rotate them, keep them healthy, keep them fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's huge. All right. Well, that concludes night 1. Thanks for being on here.
No problem, man. Glad you could have
Mr.
me.
Cockpit. Derryberry, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Appreciate you. And everybody enjoy night 2 tomorrow night. We will not be streaming that, but definitely enjoy. And then we'll see you guys after the draft in the next week or 2 at some point. I'm not sure when, to discuss landing spots and rookie drafts and what have you. So we'll see you guys then. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Have a good night.